H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Today is Tuesday. It's gonna be might be an eventful Tuesday. Some stuff might be some. I don't know. You never know in the chop shop. Somebody told me some stuff. Somebody was calling me yesterday and just said, man, they never know um, what's going to be said and what's going to happen on this show, man. And it's funny to me just sitting here seeing, especially when you see your friends and people you've been knowing a long time. They check you check the show out. They watch your commitment and they appreciate it, and it's different because your friends are sometimes your hardest, hardest people and the hardest critics on you. So, but shout out to everybody. It's Tuesday afternoon. Let me just get started. I'm not gonna play. Let me talk to my starting five first before I go anywhere. Do me a favor when you come on the show, like D. Holcomb and Kerry Willis, and they are on YouTube. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you can share it you can share it also. You go to share and then share it to your platforms that you're able to share them on. You can share them on Facebook. You can share them on what else you can share them on Twitter, whatever else you got. You can text somebody and send them a link. We got Chris Charles as starting five member. Got Daryl Anderson as starting five person. Thaddeus Moody, I guess he made it back to reality. Oh, it's snow and okay, it's snow up there with Thad Moody's in Chicago. I've seen a lot of snow all over the country. I saw some high school basketball games, football games being played in the snow. But shout out to who is that? Sixth man is today is Rick Brown. But I see you, Brandy. I see you, Mate. I see you, Jeremy. I see you, Simeon. Simeon, I got your email. Okay, I guess we might talk about that today. It's Tuesday. Let's share the show. Let me see what else. I'm just going. Karen Roach, where you been, man? There go Mr. Phillips. Alpha Yo is in the building. Alpha Yo is the class listening. Let me know if the class listening. It's gonna get. I don't know what time Jimmy gonna come on, but it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know what time he's coming on, but I want to keep sharing with y'all when parents and people in this community email me or talk to send me correspondence about something. I just want to share it with y'all. I want y'all to understand when I'm sharing this information, I'm trying to make this summer basketball, this high school basketball experience. It's not going to ever be just perfect, but I'm just trying to make it a little bit more manageable. Because when I came up, when my son was playing, I didn't worry about all of this stuff. But I see a lot of y'all, I didn't have nobody to write to about really and truly. I had a great experience in high school basketball. And I just want people to have a great experience again. I want to make high school basketball great again. You follow me? So what's up, Brian Boatwright? So when I come on here and share with y'all these things, some of you parents listen. I know some of you. I know some parents. Y'all, I'm gonna tell the truth. Some people have been watching the show for years, and it's time for their sons to make proper decisions, and they still don't make them. And I understand it. And guess what? Somebody told me the other day, said, Robert, you can't wait. Get somebody listening. Don't worry about the ones who don't. And they make these same mistakes that, see, y'all, all I'm trying to do is certain steps that you just don't have to fall on because some other people have fell on them steps. And I'm just trying to tell you, it's a slick spot right there. It's a slick spot in the street right there. Don't run that way. But somebody, well, I can maneuver around the slick spot. It ain't gonna happen to me. And see, the unique thing about this space, the chop shop is a unique space. It's chop shop, like Chris was asking I guess yesterday, and the guest didn't answer it that good. Maybe he didn't understand what Chris, because Chris, the question was long. Chris stretched the question out. Sometimes when you just got to ask a person a direct question, you can't give them multiple, predicates and all of that. You just got to ask them straight out. Hey man, have you ever been on a show like this? You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to qualify it. We shouldn't have to qualify it. And what old Chris was trying to say, Robert, we don't need nobody else. We got the power. The people that look like us, if we just share the show. I'm gonna tell you one. I'm gonna tell you, it's two guys on this show and I'm gonna give them some. It's Robert Young and and maybe y'all sharing the show. Y'all just people just ain't following stuff because y'all follow. See, I understand that. You follow me? Sometimes you can share the show. People ain't thinking about what you talking about. But I got that Robert Young and that Eric Boone. Man, I've heard these guys. I done walked up around these guys and I've heard these guys talking about, man, y'all need to. And listen to me. I know a lot of people don't have time. But y'all, we can know people all over the world. All we trying to do is, see, it ain't about me and Jimmy. I keep trying to tell y'all, me and Jimmy all right. And Chris, we cool. But somebody need to hear some of this stuff. This Robert Young and Eric Boone, they appreciate the message and what they're getting, and they want to share it with other people. You follow me? And that's all that. Sometimes it just take all the people who be texting you, y'all be texting back and forth. Send them the link. It's a way you can send them a link. So, but shout out to those guys, and I know a lot of y'all do. But this message, Stephen Adams, thank you, Stephen Adams, it need to be shared. Don't just like me, share me. Don't be selfish, share me. Share us, man. It's unbelievable. That's a little housekeeping. Got to get that out of the way because we got the power. You know, I'm listening to parents listen to me, man. And I want y'all to understand this. And it's a difference between Chris Walker, Robert Hatter, and Jim Hicks. Three completely different men. Three men who did some remarkable things in their industry. But we're different. I don't do events. I don't write magazines. That's not my lane. But if you're talking about anything professional sports, that's my lane. Okay? That's my lane. And Jimmy got the amateur sports. Chris got the college sports. So we got the ability to navigate your baby all the way from the 7th grade, because Jimmy in the middle school now, 7th and 8th grade, all the way through college. And if he's blessed enough to even thinking about getting on a pro team of any kind, we got vehicles that can help you miss some of them steps that I see y'all still missing. Not calling nobody out, but they still missing these steps. It's just y'all. We gotta, like somebody said, man, y'all are treasure. He said, Robert, you got one day you click Chris on. You click Chris on and say, Chris, just talk. And you just got, he said, it's so unscripted and it's so original. Y'all got to understand, we're creatives. Every day we create something different. Every single day is different content, original content. So it's just a unique platform. And that's why, Chris, I told you, have you ever seen anything like it? Because I want to know, because I want to see. If it's something like this, I want to go share it and I want to go support it. You follow me? We got 20 million people on this in the United States, but we got a zillion around a globe. They can watch this in Africa. We got friends in Nigeria. Come on, what's up, Hal? I never tell people where I'm going, Mike Garcia. Ever. Ever tell people where I'm going. Yeah. Never tell people where I'm going. Just don't do that over these airways like that. It ain't everybody's business where I'll be. So that's why didn't answer your question earlier. Uh, but Oral Roberts is playing Texas Southern tonight, 6 p.m. You can get your tickets at the ticket booth. Go up there and get your tickets at the great atmosphere. And I just wonder, and it just me wondering. Every time I go in that building, what's up, Franklin Paul? What's up, Coach? Um, I every time I go in that TSU building, I look around it. It's such a great building on an HBCU campus. I don't know if everybody probably done been in there before. If you haven't been in there, get a chance to go watch. They play Oral Roberts. We got a couple of kids. I think I know we got one kid on the. We got one kid on the team. Cam Marie. I know he's on the team. Hey Herb, is your kid still on the team or is he injured right now? Sir Isaac Newton, he's on the team, right? I didn't see his name in the box last night, so I'm just street kids on the team. Okay, I don't know all the kids' names on the team, because like I said, that ain't my lane. I ain't my job. I just but if you're from Houston, I'm gonna support you. If you like volleyball, anybody like volleyball, the SWAC volleyball tournament is going to be Friday through Sunday at the H&PE Arena. And I think it's $10 a day pass. It's a $25 weekend pass. But somebody sent Ambery and Weaver. Well, what school what school did your kid play at? What school does Sir Isaac play for? I hate that Sir is not playing during the trip. He is broken finger. Okay, yeah. So we got 3. Okay, good. But let me see where I want to go today, y'all, because we got so much stuff to share. Share the show, because I'm gonna share some stuff with you. You gotta share the show. But it's unique, man. Let me hear Franklin Paul. Coach, how did you do up there at Silsby the other night? You ain't said nothing. You got my number now. You ain't got no excuse. You didn't text me and let me know where you're gonna be. Each one teach one. Thank you, Tina. We got Tina. Thank you, Tina, in Atlanta. I love her show. Her show on Wednesday night. Yvette, I don't know where she might be. Yvette might be all over the world. Simeon says cousin watched the show after the fact. Now he can't tune on. That's good. We just want him to watch. It don't have to be live. We just want him to get the information. It don't have to be live. So I'm trying to see where I want to go. College basketball tonight. Want to share a little bit about y'all a little bit about college basketball. Hold on one second. I don't know what everything is. This is going to be the first big night of college basketball games for the 2022-23 season. Happening tonight. It starts with the Champion Classic. Kristen came on already. It started with the Champions Classic. I see that, boss. And it takes center stage in Indianapolis tonight. Kentucky will take on Michigan State. Duke is set to take on Kansas. So the 4 programs brought in a combined. Those 4 programs. I'm going to repeat those programs tonight. Chris, what I was talking about, this is the first big night of college basketball this season. The big, marquee night. And it happens at the Champions Classic. It takes center stage at Indianapolis. I don't know what the significance of it happening in Indianapolis, but maybe Kentucky will take on Michigan State, and Duke will take on Kansas. And these 4 programs, Chris, brought in a combined 17 of the top 150 prospects of the 2022 class alone. Just these 4 teams. Of those 17, Chris, several will play big roles under the bright lights tonight. I got a few names I'll share with y'all. Let me see. I got a couple of guys I want to share with y'all people to watch. Let me see if it's gonna pop up on my screen. Maybe not. I'll pop up over here. What you laughing at over there, Chris?
Walter Yates, he already started in on me already, boy. He's something.
What? Let me go.
I wish Walter Yates was a player. It'd be worth arguing with him, but he never played. So I don't pick on dudes that weren't significant players, man. I don't do that. But you still my dude though, Walt. Still my guy though.
Chris, you're being mean, Chris.
I'm not being mean. I mean, Walter my dude. I mean, he played in Madison.
But I'm just gonna give some people a couple of names to look for tonight. Derek Lively,
beast, number one recruit in the country.
He's a beast. Okay.
Number one recruit in the country.
Let me go down. What about Kyle Filipowski at Duke?
Oh, at Duke, big white kid.
Yeah.
Supposed to, hyped up.
What he got? What he got?
He's a big dude, man. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's 7 foot. Both of these dudes 7 foot. Chris.
Yeah. He's a big kid. He's skilled.
Okay.
One of those big skilled players. May stretch the floor. So
okay.
I mean, Duke had the number one recruiting class in the country, which is ironic because they knew Coach K was leaving. And they still got the number one recruiting class. It goes to show you Duke's brand. Similar to the Cowboys, right? Similar to the Lakers. No, real talk. Real talk, having a real conversation. Did the Eagles win last night? But anyway, what I'm saying is similar to the brand of the Cowboys, the number one franchise on this earth that we know of, and the Lakers, the Yankees, those franchises, that's what Duke is to college basketball. Duke's franchise is unbelievable.
You got one of the most unique skills, Chris Walker.
What's that?
You got a skill we can talk about Formula One racing, and I can be talking about Lewis Hamilton, and you will figure out a way to bring the Dallas Cowboys and LeBron James and the Lakers in. I mean, we can talk about rocket science. We can talk about astrophysics, and
But did you know that the astrophysics of the big screen inside of the Cowboy Stadium and how that it makes sure that you can see it without hurting your neck, and the kickers kick? Oh, you didn't know about that? That's astrophysics. That's the Cowboys. I mean, you gotta understand that stuff, man. It's very important. Keep going. I'm waiting.
See what I'm saying, Ed Russell? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This man, you're just unbelievable. But I love it. It's so come up in the screen a little bit. You bring your head up a little bit. You tilt. Give me a little tilt. I don't like you being down and like that. I like you to be uniform.
I got a gift, man. What do you want me to tell you? I like my teams, man.
But he said the Cowboys are just that relevant. But they're relevant to you, Walter Yates. You and those measly other Cowboy fans around the country.
Whoa.
Yeah, I call them measly.
You sent me something today on CD Lamb. You forgot what you sent me.
Why didn't you read it fully?
I'm gonna start
because it's a negative thing about him.
I know you always hating. So what I'm saying is, what is that problem? You used to be a Cowboy fan, but once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy. Even dudes like Herb Baker on the feed. When he was a kid, he was a Cowboy fan. Then he got older, and they started picking teams because of colors and crayons and stuff. I'm just saying.
Chris,
they all Cowboy fans. They grew up with TX next to their name.
Chris,
they grew up with TX in their area code. They were Cowboy fans. They weren't Oiler fans. No one was cheering for the Oilers.
Chris.
Everybody was cheering for the Cowboys. Particularly in next week on next Thursday, we were a staple on that day. And you know what next Thursday is?
Yes, Turkey Day.
Thank you. Turkey Day.
But Chris, I got a question. Young man from Memphis, Tennessee. We didn't have a team, right?
Cowboys.
So you either pick Dallas or Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, not the Saints.
You got to hear me now. Got to hear me out.
Okay.
I got to tell the story. I hope Josephine is up here. Josephine is on here. My brothers and a lot of my family went to Tennessee State. So they were friends with Joe Gilliam. So he would come down and bring his helmet. I played with his helmet and had the Pittsburgh Steelers helmet. But I had Dallas Cowboy pajamas. My whole room was Dallas Cowboys when I was a little baby, when I was a little boy. But Chris, when I grew up, right? When I became a man, I put away those childish things. So Dallas Cowboys was not, when I became a man, I spoke like a man and I talk like a man. I put away those childish things. So that's why I'm not
You put away Emmitt Smith
of the Dallas Cowboys.
You put away Emmitt Smith. You put away Tony Dorsett. You put away the playmaker. You
You
put
know
away
why?
Troy
Because
Aikman.
I
You
did
put
never
away
represent a Dallas Cowboy. Maybe that helped me. If I had I forgot, briefly, I had Anthony Dorsett, Tony Dorsett's son. He played for a hot minute. But I love your building. Until they make me pay all that money to park. But I love the building. I love going in to watch the games. But and you know what? It ain't that I hate them. Notice I said I didn't hate them. It's I don't like people like you and Walter Yates and my other friends.
What's wrong with Kelvin? Don't forget about Kelvin Solomon. Don't forget about Dale Griggs.
Don't
forget
no,
about
they ain't as bad as you and Walter Yates. You and Walter Yates are just
all these Cowboy fans. All these Cowboy fans here. Mindy Collins. Don't forget about all these Cowboy fans.
Mindy don't like no Dallas Cowboys.
Don't let Mindy fool you. Don't see Mindy fooling y'all. Sonia Billingsley. They all know what time it is.
You know what Mindy needs to explain to me? And I'm gonna let Jimmy get on it. They always run in their mouth how inept the hierarchy is at Astro. That's why I don't. If it wasn't for Dusty, Mindy, wait a minute, Mindy. If it wasn't for Dusty, I wouldn't like him. Oh, they
didn't promote Reggie or Enos?
Who? They didn't
Enos Cabell or Reggie Jackson? They're gonna be the GM?
No, they ain't gonna let. Hell no, they ain't gonna let them. Yeah, come on. But yeah, Mindy. But Chris. You know, I really like how you and Walter Yates. Walter Yates, though, hold up. He ain't no Dallas Cowboy fan. Because I got to get back. Y'all remember I got to get back to my young fellas because we was talking about something else. And this guy brought it back to the Cowboy. But let me tell you something about Walter Yates. He always running his day. Hold up. This man cries like a, oh my God. Hold up. He cried. Found Mike McCarthy today is disgusting.
I agree with him. What do you mean?
Dallas is so hold on. Dallas is so undisciplined. Penalties. Aaron Rodgers is in Lambeau Field, and we're about to lose this game. He don't sound like no damn fan. He sounds like a skeptic. Hold up. Our secondary is just not that good. A bunch of damn midgets, all under 6 foot. Bring back Cooper Rush.
What's called number 7? Number 6.
Bring back Cooper Rush. Dak ain't got it. Dak is the weakest link.
Easy, Walter, on that one. Easy on that one.
My question for Walter. Maybe y'all
mad. He was mad. He was mad, huh?
That's why I'm not a fan.
He was mad, though. You got to realize that's part of the delusion.
This man act a flat-foot fool, man.
That's what a Cowboy fan is, man. We crazy about it. We're the only team. Listen, we're the only team everywhere we go. We only see ourselves.
I got a question for Walter. Walter, where you get how you write that stuff? How y'all do this kind of stuff? Hold up. How y'all write that kind of stuff, man? Where you get the backbone? Hold up. Y'all know how to make y'all own filters like that. How y'all do that, Walter? Y'all got to give me. Yeah, then there's another one. We got Donald Hall. He be whining about the Cowboys. Y'all about the whiners. I mean, that's why I can't stand y'all.
Why can't you stand us? Because we love our team. I don't understand that. And you live in Texas now, just so you know. You got a license. I'm going to tell everybody on the Boom Boom Room. If you're outside of the great state of Texas, that's your problem. But if you're inside the great state of Texas, who you going to cheer for? David Mills?
No,
Who you going to cheer for? Lovie Smith?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You going to cheer for the Cowboys? Who
yes.
you going to cheer for? Yvette Machete and them sorry Vikings? Who you
going to cheer for? Them
sorry Vikings. You heard it? With Kirk Uncles. Come on, man.
Hey, man. That man talking about, hold up. Look at King. You know what? King Sticks is the only person I know we can talk. He worse than you. We can be talking about anything. He gonna go change the damn subject and talk about something.
Hey, K6, I watched that game last night. Now, look, they got 5 players out. You gotta always give context. Like, don't clickbait it. They got 5 dudes that are significant players that are hurt. That's why they losing. Even though they lost to Troy, they got 5 dudes out. Just let you know, man. It's a whole lot of, it was a lot of upsets last night. But you talking about
we finna get there. I was trying to get there.
Hold up. Was John Urie on the feed? I'm calling him out. You want me to wait?
No, you can do what you want.
Is John Urie on the feed?
We can get there, but Chris, I was My thing. See exactly what I'm saying. Hey, Tina, watch this, Tina.
Don't get Tina in trouble.
I can be talking about anything in the world, Miss Tina. He gonna bring up the Dallas Cowboys. That's why I can't stand them.
Why?
Jimmy, I mean, Chris, they're of no significance right now. I was talking about the high school, hold up, the freshmen who going to make an impact on this big night in college basketball. That's what I was talking about. Okay. I don't know how you got the Dallas Cowboys and the Lakers mixed up in this. Yo, just help me, follow me.
I was talking about Duke's brand. You asked me.
When Duke quit talking about Duke's brand.
Well, we're talking about college basketball.
Because Duke got another player, forward Mark Mitchell. Give me some on him.
Again, another animal, but probably here's the deal. Here's what Duke's dealing with. They also got some transfers. Duke got a lot of young players. They haven't been tested yet.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
They got some top 100 guys. They obviously got Dark Mitch. I think Dark Whitehead might be still hurt.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is when they start playing competition, I forget the kid. They got a transfer. I forget the way. I want to say Reeves. The kid. The name escapes me right now. Because actually, I'm going to about Duke tonight because I'm going to talk. I'm on tonight on TV talking on each halftime. But again, Duke is picked to be one of those teams that has a chance to go to the Final Four. But again, they got a lot of talent. They got a couple transfers that come in because you need transfers to balance off some of that young talent. That's just what it is now. I was just going over UConn's roster. UConn lost a bunch of dudes. Their two starting guards are transfers. Like you got to get in that transfer portal if you want to live today. That's just how it is. And there's certain teams like Providence live in the transfer portal. Mm-hmm. Some people, some of those guys that were standing high on their high horse to get in that transfer portal, they're gonna struggle this year. Okay, that's just the way the world is right now. But go on though.
I got another player, Cliff Livingston, Kentucky, small forward, 6'6".
He been good since he was a baby. He been good forever. He from Milwaukee. He been good forever. Okay. Livingston. It's not Cliff though, is it? Is it Cliff?
Yeah, it's Chris Livingston.
Chris Livingston. Yeah,
I said it wrong. Chris.
Yeah, big old, strong, athletic dude. Been good forever. Kentucky got a mob. They got the kid. They got brother. Jacob Toppin, who's Obi Toppin's brother, who started at Rhode Island.
Yeah.
They got Xavier. And listen, they were on TV the other night. If they say we got to get Xavier's dad. If they say Xavier is Xavier Willer, mm-hmm. right? Yeah. So Sevier's about to step his game up this year. Here's the thing. You're in Kentucky, bro.
Yeah.
You're in Kentucky. Yeah. It's all cute. This ain't
Houston. He get hurt, Chris. His game is there. He keep getting injured.
He's a strong little guard. He's a strong player, but it's a lot of. I mean, you're talking about a different level when you got to win every single game.
Okay.
One of my boys, you know who he is, a head coach of a high major school. I said, bro, let me tell you something. Uh-huh. It's easier to lose every game than it is to win every game. Say that again. Mm-hmm. It's hard to win every game.
Right.
It's easy to lose every game.
Right.
It's hard to win every game. Right. So you got a hard job. So when there's an expectation where you can never lose, I've been in them situations at certain schools where it's expected no matter what that you should win. You can't even enjoy your life, man. Because no matter what happens, the only thing that happens is winning. It don't matter, how good you treat the kids.
Right.
It don't matter if you're good with the media. Uh-huh. It don't matter if you had a good day in practice. It don't matter what happened.
Right.
It all comes down to L or W. That's a hard life, bro. Trust me on that. Wow. That's a hard life.
And you spent 20 years there. You spent 20 years there, so you love that.
They weren't all in situations like that, but I'm telling you right now, you as a coach, and it's one of the reasons why I won't say I retired from coaching, but it's one of the reasons why, I had to learn how for myself. Forget about the recruiting, because what you understand as a coach, you learn how to not to accept losing, you learn how to minimize its effect on you and your body and emotionally how you feel. Because losing's a part of it. Same way with you, Hatter, you don't get every recruit. You got to learn. You may put a whole lot of time in, but in your mind, if you don't know, listen, man, I'm going after 10 dudes. I may only get 2, but a lion only has a 30% kill rate, and he the king of the beasts.
Oh,
30% kill rate.
And guess what? He don't kill. He have his women out there killing.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, it's hard. Like if you can't rationalize in your mind that you could lose, or you may lose, or you're not gonna win every game. That's a 50% outcome every time you step on that court. Right. No matter how hard you prepared, the kid may not make a shot. Everybody gonna blame you. Somebody may get hurt. Whatever referees cheat. Forget about what it is. The
Right.
bottom line is it's hard when you're at that level like that. So the Kentuckys, the Villanovas, the UCLAs, the Dukes, I mean, and people, jump on John Calipari. Man, that's a hard business, bro. But you know what? You make a lot of money. You get a lot of praise. And to whom much is given, Hatter? It's how
Right.
it works.
Too much.
That's what, you make all that money, you get all that love, but that pendulum swings both ways, though.
Well,
That's
tell
why
me a little bit.
That's why when you the quarterback of the freaking Cowboys and you Dak Prescott and you in a Housewives commercial flipping over tables and you would get all the commercials because you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, not necessarily because you're the best quarterback, because you're the quarterback of the Cowboys. So you got to deliver. You got to.
Boy, they gonna call me a psychic, a Dionne Warwick, because I just said it. Whatever we talking about, you gonna bring it back to the Dallas Cowboys. No matter, y'all share the show, by the way, everybody. Share the show, by the way. We can talk about we can talk about the budget of a high school basketball team or football team. You're gonna say, well, at the Dallas Cowboys, the budget is different because you got to have Chris. What is wrong with you, man?
Listen, man. Listen. Here's the deal. Hey, my brother. We got to make sure you get a check from my brother. He say, shout out 1151 Homestead. What? 11151 Home Cutting Up Barbershop. Hey, Hatter, you need a cut? It's on me. Get over there and get your haircut.
Make sure you send me the directions. I've been wanting to go meet your brother anyway. Cause I met him once, but I just want to pray for him because he had you for a brother. That's what I love. Grandma, I love Mama, I love Uncle.
Hey,
everybody.
Grandma just had a second bout of chemo. She fighting through it.
Okay.
She fighting through it. She probably watching. She loved how.
That's
I
my
don't
girl.
know why she like you more than she like me on this show, but it drives me crazy.
That's my girl. Hey, Chris, you got somebody else close. Chris, you got somebody else close to you, like old Hatter.
Everybody like you. I don't get it. I'm like, everybody like Hatter. All my homeboys, but everybody. But anyway, though.
Hey.
But Hatter, I'm gonna say it again.
Okay.
To whom much is given, much is expected.
And
that's why the Cowboy fans are hard on the Cowboys. Because you got everything you need to win. You're the most profitable franchise. You are the crown jewel of the NFL. We got to win a Super Bowl sometime soon. And if that can't get it done, we got to kick him out, bro, and we got to bring in Aaron Rodgers. Let's go. Aaron Rodgers for Dak Prescott tomorrow.
See what I'm talking about, y'all.
Look at Walter Yates tomorrow.
All right, I got another player that people can watch tonight in college basketball. Play for Kansas. Tell me a little bit about old Grady Dick.
Ooh, that boy got a trigger. I don't want to say gun, but he can really shoot that basketball. He's long. Okay. I remember watching him in high school. I mean, again, Bill Self sitting out now. People don't know self-imposed penalties.
4 games.
4 games. He and Curtis Townsend are both sitting out, but they still business as usual. They got some bigs inside. They got the kid Wilson. I'm gonna say Jalen. Is it Jalen Wilson from Dallas? Kid from Dallas, but played for Bunzell. What's Bunzell's team name? I can't remember Bunzell's team. If you be on the Dallas, they know he played for Bunzell. Used to be Marcus Smart team back in the day.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember
the Adidas team.
Oh my God. What's his name?
Assault.
Somebody on the feed.
Southern Assault.
Yeah. So Wilson, he's got to shoot the ball better. He's very talented. He's got to shoot the ball better. And in college,
Grady Dick played on Southern Assault.
No. Oh. Wilson played on Southern Assault.
Oh, okay. You're talking about Jalen Wilson. Okay. You switched from Jalen. I've been, I met Jalen. I didn't even know Jalen was there. I met Jalen. I went, R.J. Hampton had a birthday party. Him and R.J. Hampton are best friends. They went in high school together. And Jalen was at the party. I met him then. He wasn't that much of a herald. He wasn't that heralded then. Now he done went and made a way for him. So it's all. How to tell Chris, I don't read the screen much. Okay, Chris, your son, hold up.
What's that?
Jameson Morrow's daughter works in your building. His daughter and Mr. Burleson talked this morning. I'm going to tell her to mention you when she speaks to him again.
Well, what that? Say it again now.
He was in your building. I guess the CBS Sports building.
Really?
Yeah, today. CBS. It got to be CBS, right? That's who she.
Nate Burleson.
Nate Burleson.
Oh, that's my idol right there. That's what I'm trying to get to that level.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll be in there today. Let me know.
Wait a minute. I thought you said you were gonna be a Thursday or Tuesday. You in the studio tonight?
Tonight and Friday. Friday, I'm like for 12 hours. They
What you
working
gonna wear tonight? What you gonna wear tonight?
I'm gonna be snug as a bug in the rug. You already know.
In the CBS.
Bug in the rug.
Hold up. Let me see if I got another. Who? I don't know about this name that much. Tyrese Proctor at Duke. He a freshman. 6'4" guard. He was in NBA Global Academy. He from Australia.
Okay.
He from Australia.
So again, man, they got a lot of young players, unproven, and we'll just see what Duke's made out of. Who is it? Duke? Is Duke?
Okay, it's Duke. Wait a minute. Kentucky gonna take on Michigan State, and Duke
Michigan
gonna
State,
take on Kansas.
Yeah, Michigan State just blew the game on the air.
They had that game.
They had that game,
and
just couldn't get it done. You know what? Michigan State's just not as talented as it used to be. They
Right,
just not.
right.
They don't have those dudes.
Yeah.
Like
they got grit, but they just ain't as talented.
They got a bunch of Draymond Greens. I looked at the stats on it. Draymond had 4 points. They got a bunch. What's up, Lee? Listen, that girl right there.
That's the woman who got this thing started. That's Leah.
Yeah, I think that's Leah.
Yeah, that's the woman who got this started. That's Women Rock Way. Yeah.
Leah got me on the radio with Morris Parsons.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Kevin Allen, wash your mouth out. Listen, Kevin Allen, do something with your fingers right now. Wash your mouth out. Don't do that. See, Kevin Allen, he was doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good. You talked good about TSU. They got a great win the other night. Matter of fact, one of the daddies of the kid that was on the team, we're going to hang out tomorrow, Lupe. His son, what's his son name again? Austin Nunez. That's right. Yeah. Austin Nunez from Arizona State. We always got to shout out our kids. And he up in New York for the week. So he breaking me my magazine as well. Jimmy said it yesterday. Okay. Austin Nunez. But shout out to him. But Leah, shout out to Leah, man. If it wasn't for Leah, I don't know if this thing would actually. You know what? This is the thing. We always talk about giving people their flowers.
Yes.
And you never know the origin of things. And as much as I get on here and run my mouth and do all the stuff I'm doing, Leah gave me an opportunity.
Right.
And I got on there, and then it turned into credit. And the next thing you know, look where we are today. Yeah. That's why you always got to thank people. But it's just those little things in life, man. You never know what spark turns into a major blaze. And this show is blazing. Yes, and Leah got a little piece of it. Now, you can't bring your butt on here because I'll tear you up now. You all right with me, Leah.
Hold up. So now I hope you fellas understand why I have this affinity for Women Rock Wednesday. Because a woman, if it wasn't for that woman we just talked about, Miss Leah, this probably wouldn't even happen. Yeah, you follow me? So it's a method to this madness that we do.
You know what? You know what Leah did? Leah saw her brother, and she helped me out. She gave me a chance.
Yes.
They didn't know me. Morrison didn't know me. She gave me a chance. Yeah. And then next thing you know, I think Branch had something to do with that too, because Branch knew Leah.
Yeah.
And here's our point. We said yesterday when we were talking to Brad. Is it Brad Turner, right?
Yeah, Brad Turner.
Is that when we have the opportunity, it's not often that we have the power and we have the switch and we can turn it on. That's not often. Absolutely. But when we do, you know what? You're damn right I'm voting for the president because he's black.
That's right.
I'm that guy.
Me too.
So why you gonna do that? Yep, that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it. You got a problem? That's why I'm doing it. Yes. I'm voting party line, brothers.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we just need a chance. And my thing is, we as African Americans, we give each other life sentences, man. We give each other life sentences, and we think other races' ice is colder than ours.
We do.
I watched something so cold. I don't even want to say. I watched something so cold yesterday. I mean, last night I couldn't sleep. Right, I'm sitting in the bed. I'm sitting on my couch. I'm like, oh my God. I'm studying. I'm watching. See people don't understand. You know what I have to do every day? That's crazy. I watch basketball all day. All I do is watch games. Right. All I do, look at it. Now all I do is watch basketball. It drives me crazy.
I love it.
College basketball, because I got to be so on to it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I turned on. It was something on, I don't want to say it's Prime. It was the oh my God, AK sorority, the history of the AK sorority. Oh my God. And it was a new documentary that came out 2022. Everybody should watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Like, whoa. It was black excellence, man.
Yes.
I mean, it was things I didn't know. I'm Greek, and I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. That, Kamala Harris obviously a great AK, but I'm just saying, like, it just showed a lot of good things that black people have done, and the people that's of other sororities done the same thing. It just so happened that they had a special on there, and I was like, yo, man, see, that makes me proud. But guess what? If they don't make that documentary, there's certain things I don't even know that women
Right.
did back then.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
If Leah don't hook you up with
I was going there.
this would never happen.
Never
you follow
happened.
me? She said and Leah said, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Absolutely.
But Chris, I want to take a quick shout out because we're talking about college stuff. I want to shout out the softball coach, Raven Rodriguez over at TSU. You know I love my HBCUs, especially TSU. Check this out, Chris. Raven, assistant coach Miss Jessie Scroggins is in the building. Larry Woods, Frank Nelson, Lauren Robertson. They all watching the Chop Shop today. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know I love y'all.
Yo, don't be mad at me. I need Jesus. So don't.
Don't be mad at him. Don't leave him alone.
Jesus.
And tonight, guess what's happening tonight at TSU at 7 o'clock? I thought it said 6 o'clock on your other thing, Kevin. Kevin, you better get me right, Kevin. Alan. 7 o'clock tonight at the H&PE Arena. You can get your tickets at tsusports.com. Oral Roberts versus TSU basketball, men's basketball tonight. Go to the ticket winner. Hey, when you go to the ticket winner tonight, if you're going, see Chris LeBlanc and tell Chris you heard it on the Chop Shop. You coming to the game tonight, okay? All right. So let's get that out. I got that out the way. Chris.
They will play against some kids from Cal, the 7'2" kid from Cal. He played for Oral Roberts.
Oh, okay. Chris, I got another kid from Kansas playing tonight. MJ Rice.
Nice. You're naming some of the top players in the country.
But Chris, but a lot of people don't know. I'm giving it to them. You can just comment. I'm just telling them this is the opening night. It's 17 players in the top 150 are in these games tonight. So I'm just giving them some names to look at. Ogona Oyiso from Kentucky, a center, 7 foot. Man, where they get all these 7-footers from? And that's it.
MJ was the last one. Ogona's going to play because, Sheway, I think Sheway's still hurt.
Okay.
Sheway's still out. Sheway, man, I mean, that's a big blow to them because let me tell you something that's interesting.
Okay.
Talk about college basketball this year.
Okay.
Let me tell you how the game has changed.
Okay.
Right? You take Armando Bacot. Armando Bacot plays for Carolina, candidate for Player of the Year. Adama Sanogo, who plays for UConn, candidate for Big East Player of the Year. You got Oscar Sheway, who was the Player of the Year nationally. You got Drew Timme, who I want to say second-team All-American, who's always a candidate for Player of the Year. Any other year, right? Any other year, all those bigs would be top 10 picks in the draft. Not any other era. In this era, these dudes have to stay in school. Drew Timme, stuff like that. You know the kid that played at Iowa. Oh my God, I have so much.
I know you're talking about Player of the Year. Player of the Year, the big fella.
G League. Played the league for G League, and the only reason why he played in Detroit because his son Troy Weaver, who's the GM, Troy, his son and him played on the same AAU team, so he drafted him and kept him on the roster for a little bit. And then now he's in the G League.
Keep talking. His name on the tip of my tongue. I
have to know some of the names, but it's on the tip of my tongue. But the bottom line is, in this era, right? When you're big, and because Adamo Sanogo made a 3 the other night, I was doing the highlights. I said he's trying to get to the league. You can't get there the way these dudes are doing it now. Right. The Europeans have changed the game, right? And you have to be able to step out. Where does Serge Ibaka get all these forms from? He shoots, Luke Garza. He shoots from the perimeter.
Right.
That's stuff. I'm telling you, Draymond Green, if he wasn't such a great defender, he'd be out the league. Because he can't make a shot.
Right.
You have to be able to play on the perimeter now. The game is positionless. It really is positionless.
Yes.
You look at big fella, Player of the Year, Denver Nuggets. He can play inside, outside.
Yes.
He can pass. Giannis might be the only dude that really low-key gets away with not really having a J.
But he got so much other stuff.
Once he gets going downhill, he's a freight train.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't stop him.
You can't stop him.
What I'm saying is, if you can't shoot the basketball,
okay,
If you cannot shoot the basketball, we talked about going through this today. I know we talked about it earlier today. You always got to hit a show before the show. I say, Haddle, we should go through the G League names
Yeah.
and just tell them and just go through every dude's name and be like, so you the sixth man on what team and you think you got a chance to play in that league? Player of the year, G League. First team all league, G League. Or average this, G League. Thaddeus Moody, you're right. Kofi Coburn is playing in Japan because, again, he averaged like 22 and 10 last year in the Big Ten and is over there saying konnichiwa. Because I'm telling you right now, it's very difficult the way that schemes are. You can't guard ball screens. People are going to laugh at me when I say this. Shaquille O'Neal would have a hard time playing today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because he called himself the big this and the big that. What Shaquille was too was big lazy. He would have a hard time playing in the NBA. If they put him in a ball screen with Steph Curry, you got to put him on the bench.
Absolutely.
You got to in a ball screen with Donovan Mitchell, you got to put him on the bench. Look at ball screen with John Morant when he's not hurt, you got to put him on the bench.
Look at Dwight Howard. Got to go play in Taiwan.
Got to go play in Taiwan.
Look at Marcus Cousins. He don't even have a job.
Dude, you can't play in this NBA if you a plotter. Those days are over.
I got this.
Unless you that dude from France.
Hold up. I got
little freak.
You know the guy from France. Oh yeah. But I'm going. I got the list up right now. See, you done went there. I done got the list up right now. Other players in there. You remember the kid you was telling me?
You gonna make somebody mad, man. Don't make nobody mad, man.
No. I got the damn list.
All right, show me the list. Go on there. Put the list.
Ain't nobody really worth. I'm just letting people know how hard it is to make it in this.
Remember Jahlil Okafor?
Yes.
Sitting there on the G League drinking Gatorade Light.
Absolutely.
Gatorade League.
Absolutely.
I know the G League mean Gatorade League. He in the Gatorade League too.
Hold up. I'm just going.
Remember Vernon Carey?
You remember Charles Bassey?
Oh, no, he's not the G League. He played 25 minutes last night. You got to read through it. He played 25 minutes last night. So some of them, they in and out.
Okay, but guess what? He listed on a G League roster.
Will Cauley-Stein, the G League.
Yeah.
That G League is real, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you who else in the G League threw me away when I was almost had me like dropping my phone. Emmanuel Mudiay. I was like, what?
Well, where else he going to be?
I was shocked he was in the G League.
He can't play in that game. He can't play in that NBA.
I thought he was around the corner somewhere hanging out. I had no idea he was playing in the G League. I was shocked when I saw him. But I'm saying it's a ton of guys. People need to understand that G League is serious. Those same guys used to go overseas. Those guys are staying now because there's an opportunity with the rules, with the two-way.
Yeah.
Because they can replace the two-way guy. There's a portal, there's an entryway into the league. And if you can shoot the basketball, you got a chance.
You got a chance.
The dude from the cat played at DePaul that plays with the Heat. I never knew who this dude was. And all of a sudden, he's playing. What's the kid name that plays for the Heat that supplanted Duncan Robinson? Duncan Robinson on the bench.
Yeah, Stocks, something like that.
Yeah. So I didn't know who was this dude. Man?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, there's opportunities that never existed, but the G League and there's dudes that have been in the G League for years, waiting on that opportunity. Just like Major League Baseball, sitting in AAA.
Jared Butler. Hold up, Jared Butler.
Oh yeah.
At Baylor in the G League. I'm just going.
But you know what the G League is called?
What?
The back page. People don't want to talk about the back page. They want to talk about draft day. They want to talk about when they see them dudes in the uniform, even though it's at the end of the bench eating popcorn with the fans that sit in front row. The bottom line is every year, no matter what, 30 guys are losing their jobs every year, right?
Automatic.
Why is that?
Automatically
30 dudes are gone.
Yeah. First round is going to play. Well, first round is going to stay on the team.
No doubt. Yeah, Max Strus. That's right, Herb.
Strus.
Max Strus. So 30 guys are going to lose their job every single year, no matter what. No matter what.
No, let me help y'all out. The number 2 pick, James Wiseman, is in the G League right now.
Yes. It's difficult, man. I don't think they understand.
Coach, we've been saying it for 6 years, but, maybe they'll hear it one day.
Put
but
your hopes and dreams on that league is crazy.
You know what? I want to share something with you. I saw this morning when Jalen Jaylen Brown, and I'm watching this trend. I'm beginning to not like this guy, Nick Friedel. The Nick Friedel, the little dude, I don't know what he is and who he is, but that's the one who was badgering Kyrie. That next day. That's the guy who was badgering. I don't know if you know.
Like, oh, yes or no, yes or no, yes.
Yeah,
or no.
That's the guy who was badgering Kyrie that next day to start all of this, right? But let me show y'all something, man. Let me show y'all. Jaylen Brown, who is the vice president of the Players Association, he calls out Joe Tsai last night for this suspension that they're giving Kyrie. Y'all always heard me. Let me tell you something. I ain't never liked the suspension. Kyrie do his thing. I don't like the way some of the things he did, but that suspension and those things he had to do, 6 steps to get back into the league mess, that's unprecedented. Unprecedented, ain't never happened before. But Jaylen Brown came out last night, Chris. He said Kyrie, he said equals trouble because Joe Tsai said Kyrie got more work to do. And Jaylen said, in our society, our whole society has more work to do, including you, Joe Tsai. It's 2022. This is a little young guy, 20-some years old, vice
Smart
president,
dude.
huh?
Smart Cal Berkeley.
Oh, smart cat.
Smart
He didn't stay that damn
Very
long
smart
now.
dude.
He didn't stay at Cal Berkeley that long.
He
So
wasn't, but he
was smart before he got there. I looked at his family and looked at his tree and the people we've been learning from. He was smart before he got to Berkeley. He couldn't have got in Berkeley. Well, he could. Yeah, he
That's
could.
what I'm but he was, trust me, he's a different dude.
Yeah, he's smart. He's very cerebral. But he said in 2022, it only takes me 10 minutes to see who these corporations are affiliated with. He said, I'm the vice president of the union, and part of my job is to protect our players legally. He said to see Phil Knight, who's a partner with the NBA, to see Phil Knight come out and condemn Kyrie, and then Joe Tsai saying that he has more work to do. I'm paraphrasing what he was saying. He said, I think it's time for a larger conversation. Adam Silver himself came out and said that he don't believe Kyrie is an anti-Semite. But yet he's still suspended. Ladies and gentlemen, and he said, we in uncharted territory. He don't like the terms. I don't like the terms. How many games is Kyrie gonna miss? They can just leave him out. We never seen anything like this, saying what he needs to do to return. And this guy, Nick Friedel, is the same guy badgering Jaylen Brown, trying to get Jaylen Brown to say something ignorant. They sicking this same ass guy. They took him away wherever else he was at. Now he over at Boston. Now he's trying to grill. You know, I'm watching this stuff, Chris, now. But what he didn't like and what I don't like, he has more work to do. What the hell does that mean? He has more work to do. So I just wanted to share that. The young fella said, hey, man, I ain't with that. I ain't with that player. I'm not with that one. I'm not with that one.
Man, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I said it the other day, like pain and power, right? Like we have a lot of pain in this country that we've endured. That's why I was watching that thing last night on the AKAs, right? And the Delta Sigma Theta was formed because they broke away from the AKAs, right? Going against each other.
I like that.
Back then,
tell it.
And what I'm saying is, you look at the NBA. Nothing against Delta, nothing against AK. You look at the NBA.
No.
LeBron. That's why I was like LeBron, Jaylen Brown, Chris Paul. Y'all got. I get it. Who own the teams? I get it. Who own the networks? I get it. Who own these corporations that pay y'all? But what side are y'all on? What side you on now?
They're part of the Players Association, but they actually.
So now, hold up. So now, guess what? They starting to speak out because they putting their thing on Kyrie.
Yeah, they didn't like that part.
Exactly. Because you know what they saying? Because at the end of the day, when they go home and they're away from the uniform, they're away from the practice facility, they say, I could be next. I
Yes.
could be next. Well, hold on. We better pump the brakes on this because, okay, it's about Kyrie on this subject. It could be about me on another subject. We need to, I'm just telling you. We had Brad on yesterday. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying Brad missed the mark,
Right.
but Jimmy asked a direct question. I don't know if it was Jimmy, myself, or you. We said, we'll talk about, was it Gene Wojciechowski? What's his name? Is it Gene Wojciechowski?
Woj.
Woj. And the question is,
Adrian.
Adrian came from Yahoo Sports, and now he's at the Worldwide Leader.
Right.
And everybody gives him information. And maybe Brad was being political, which he should be. We don't want anybody coming on the chop shop and doing like these other knuckleheads and pushing sin and losing their jobs, or not being eloquent enough to make your point and maybe dance the line, give us a little bit, but don't lose your job. We ain't paying nobody on here, so don't come here and say something to lose your job. Because first start with me, I'm not doing it, okay? Mm-hmm. But the point we tried to make is, and we tried to juxtapose it with the chop shop, is that if our own culture gets behind the chop shop and makes the chop shop the #1 show, everybody gonna listen to the chop shop, because white culture never accepts you until your own culture does. That's what people got to understand about Motown. They used to call them the no-hit supremes. I'm trying to let y'all know something.
Right.
Marvin Gaye couldn't get a hit.
Nope.
And he the Prince of Soul.
Preach, bro.
What used to happen back in the day.
I hate to agree with you, but preach.
I'm just saying.
Until Smokey Robinson wrote him a hit. They didn't like to hit it first. They didn't like to hit it first.
They got to know the history, though. They had one song that somebody else threw away, and one other guy, people grabbed it and made it and became a star. The no-hit supremes. So what I'm saying is, until our people, right, show us the respect that we deserve and propel us. We ain't even trying to do it by ourselves. Because every day, what do y'all say? Please share the show. We asking for you to help you. Name me another show that's live every day. 1 to 3. Without Baby Friday. So my thing is, if our community wanted to make us the #1 show, guess who be calling us? The same Worldwide Leader y'all giving Wojciechowski credit for. They like, we need to get them on. I went to Sirius XM Radio the other day. Yeah. They be calling. We need that show.
Yeah.
Because our culture is cool.
Yes.
So we want to show.
And hold on, no. Our culture consumes. Our culture buys. Our culture is the #1 consumer. That's why we're so important. But keep going. It ain't that they like us. They know we consume.
I'm not saying, but it's cool. They want it. Again, our culture. We're doing a show. We're trying to sell to Amazon right now. Sonny Vaccaro's coming out. If y'all don't know this, there's a show with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. You know, they homies. They're making a movie called Air Jordan. Just so y'all know this, y'all can Google this. Where Phil Knight's gonna be played by Ben Affleck, and Sonny Vaccaro. If you don't know who he is, and you don't know anything about basketball, he's a godfather of AAU, not just AAU, but select basketball. Right? These AAU teams, y'all see these unbelievable teams, all these different all-stars, that was started by Sonny. They're coming out with this movie to talk about Sonny Vaccaro, because people don't know this. Back in the day when Nike first started, Nike was going to give the money to 4 different players, and Sonny Vaccaro says, don't split the money up, give it all to that guy right there. And the rest is history. He became Air Jordan, right? Now, when you watch Soul of a Man, it was a Soul Man, that they did the 30 for 30 on, they excluded Sonny out of that. They didn't give him the credit.
No. He was mad.
Didn't give him the credit.
He was hot.
So now they're making a movie. On top of that, we're making a TV show based on it. Now, what people don't know is Sonny Vaccaro did something. Sonny Vaccaro transferred the power, right? He transferred the power from a lot of people that were white that controlled basketball, Garfinkel's, all these different writers, right, to the hood, to the people in the community, right. Drug dealers, gang leaders, because the kids are coming out of these neighborhoods, and who are the gatekeepers of those neighborhoods? I was watching Training Day the other day. Remember the scene where Alonzo drove old boy Billy Hoyt up into the hood? He says it's one way in and one way out the jungle, and they rolled up on them dudes, and those dudes were there. That's real. Guess what? In that neighborhood is a kid that can play basketball.
Mm.
In that neighborhood.
Absolutely.
So as a coach, if I want to get player, guess what I got to do? I got to go in that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody run that neighborhood.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. Yeah,
Somebody run that neighborhood.
absolutely.
I'm jumping around. I was at New Mexico.
Keep jumping.
Kid was in Houston. I ain't gonna say where his name is, and I ain't gonna say where he's from. I signed him. Very good player. You know what he said to me? Hey, coach, you know I love you. Don't come up here wearing that red stuff. I said, what? Matter of fact, coach, park around the corner. I'm gonna come get you. I said, well, hey boy, I'm from Houston. But I ain't from that part of Houston. I ain't gonna wear red, and I'm gonna park around the corner. Come get me. That's real.
It's so real.
That's real. So I could be an ignorant fool, be like, man, you crazy. No. I'm on. The streets got rules too. Jimmy will tell you all the time. Streets got rules too. They
Absolutely.
don't give a damn if I'm the coach.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And I did exactly what he said. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
don't start now, won't be none. But my point is, again, we have to understand in our community, in that same show, the Sonny Vaccaro show, he gave the power. He took the power away from them people and gave them dudes sneaker contracts. See, Hatter, you could tell people this. Before the NBA put that 1-year rule in, them dudes was written in the contracts.
Yeah.
The pastor was written in the Tracy McGrady contract. Joel.
Yeah. I mean,
Hopkins.
it can still be. Hold up. It can
But
still
you
be
couldn't
written
get to
in it
them.
now.
They can, but you couldn't get to them back then.
Right.
Because they didn't have to go to college.
Right. Absolutely.
So them dudes that were their handlers, I don't want to call them handlers because most of them are African American. Them dudes were a big part of you getting those guys back then.
Yeah. So now, now it's like the Wild Wild West. Now, now it's so unique, Chris. But we're gonna bring Jimmy on. He popped in, but Chris, I mean, I like how you said it. I mean, stuff just changed, man. It's but I don't know why Sonny Vaccaro, because I didn't get a chance to meet him. I never met him before. I don't know why he did what he did. Why you said he took it from corporate America and put in the hands of the people who have belonged. I don't know what's his reason. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you. Let me tell you what. Because they threw him out of Nike. They fired him.
Okay. So he was mad. So the only reason he helped us because he was mad.
He had to build an army. You got to realize he was the godfather of select basketball. Nike, he had the Nike camp, but they had Nike Invitational. But ABCD was the first of its kind. And then he started creating a summer basketball system, the elite, not AAU, but as Jimmy say, select basketball. That was started by Sonny. That was the way to counteract what Nike had going on. So he had to find a way to get back at him. That's what Kobe Bryant came out of. That's what T-Mac came out of. Dwight Howard, all them dudes came out of that world from Sonny Vaccaro. That was his way to fight back. And it ended when he lost LeBron. When Adidas didn't put that money up like they said they would. Jimmy can also vouch for this. They said, I think it was 80 million, Jimmy, or 100 million. When they came up 20 million short, they lost LeBron. That's when Sonny was out the game. Because LeBron was supposed to be the next Mike. They tried it with Kobe, didn't really take. They tried it with T-Mac. T-Mac sold a lot for Adidas, but LeBron was the one.
But explain to me what you said. He wanted to change the dynamic.
Yes.
To instead of corporate America benefiting.
Yeah. Not benefiting.
Doing all the benefiting.
Well,
he wanted to. You got to explain this to me because you're saying that,
I got you. Let me say this. So we're talking about signature shoe. Think about people who had signature shoes back then. Rod Laver. Already know who Rod Laver is. What sport he played?
Rod Laver. Stan Smith.
Yeah. Right? Those were the guys that had their own shoe.
Right.
Then all of a sudden they came with the weapons.
Right.
Remember the weapons? Larry Bird.
Yeah.
And Magic Johnson. Right? I was a kid.
Then they had the Dr. J's.
But before then, they had the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They even had the Ralph Sampsons. Remember the Pumas back in the day? Again, now
the other Puma Clydes, which was
again.
Yeah.
So think about this. Now we're talking about corporate America and selling shoes. People got to realize Jimmy can educate them. No matter what you think about grassroots, it's a tax write-off. Grassroots is about selling sneakers. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all about this guy's ranked this and all
It's a
that.
marketing tool.
They're putting they putting gear out there to get people
To
to
wear
hero
it.
worship.
Yeah.
To hero worship.
Okay. Hero
To
worship.
hero
Okay.
worship and go buy that product.
Okay.
So if I give the best player at Katy High School that's got 3,000 kids there, if he the number one player, I'm figuring that they all gonna wear Nike because he wearing Nike.
Gotcha.
They're gonna come from?
I got you.
Or everybody in the neighborhood. That's hero worship. That's grassroots. Grassroots is not just about the basketball part. They're trying to sell shoes, man. They're trying to sell product through the kids. Heather, how much gear you buy from Nike? Zero. Jimmy, how much gear you buy from Nike? None. I don't buy enough from either. Them kids buy it. You understand that? That's marketing.
But I still want you to help me with you made a statement. So when you make a statement, all I want you to do is clarify the statement. You said Sonny put put the money back into the community. Explain to me how he because he allowed these guys to benefit as part of the deal.
That's not only that, but Sonny, you had a lot of them guys that didn't have jobs. So think about this. Back in the day, the money was crazy. Okay. So imagine them giving a guy 100 and 100.
Okay.
100,000 in gear and 100,000 in bread.
Okay.
That's the kind of deal he was giving dudes back then.
Okay.
You don't have to sell drugs no more. You understand that?
Okay.
And guess what else you can go do? Start your scouting service. Make you another cool 100. Okay. And back then, you could start a little summer team, and you could travel around and play teams and stuff. Jimmy know what I'm talking about. Right. Jimmy knows the game.
Well, forget what Jimmy knows. Just educate us.
I'm just saying he invented, but Jimmy did a lot of this stuff that I didn't even do.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, it was a stone cold hustle. So what he did was he brought the main streets to Wall Street, right to the porch of it. Okay. So those same people, that's why I always say rap in this world's the same, because them same dudes come from them same neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
Them John Walls, them dudes like them James Hardens. Yeah. And I'm not saying James a gang member, but James from Compton. You don't think he don't know gang members?
Yeah.
Of course he do.
Baron Davis.
I'm not saying he is, but people gotta understand. And James Harden's a corporate brand, making hundreds of millions of dollars at Adidas.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So what I'm saying is, Sonny, what he did was he knew he couldn't be Phil Knight and them. He knew he couldn't do it that way. He says, well, how am I going to fight back?
How is he going to fight back? See,
exactly.
It was for him.
Well, of course.
Okay, all right. Okay, but it's okay for you to benefit too. Keep going.
Hey, guys like Mitch Malone.
Yes.
Don Uri.
Yeah.
Jimmy Salmon.
Yeah.
Gary Charles. Tiny Martin. Who in Chicago? What's the
Mac Irvin.
Mac Irvin in Chicago.
Yeah.
Still got programs.
Wallace Pray.
Atlanta Celtics.
Yes. Okay.
I'm talking about brands, corporate. They are brands. And then you go to NBA.
So that wouldn't happen without Sonny.
And I don't think it would happen without Sonny. No.
Okay.
Don't forget Chris up in Michigan. Chris Greer.
He's Michigan Mustangs, and he
changed his name. It was Chris Greer back then.
Chris Greer, but Jimmy can speak to this because he did that. Guess what Nike had to do? They had to go get their own teams, and then super teams were created over there because they hired who? George Raveling. So then you had an all-out war. So Nike had their ridiculous teams. Houston Hoops. Now that's a different. The Houston Hoops may be the only one. That's why it's a unique situation.
Come on.
Unique situation.
Come on, talk about it then.
Because it's the only one. I listen.
Come on.
Say it. No. He wasn't black.
Okay.
Most of those guys are African American.
Yes.
He wasn't black. He didn't need. But he had. Did he have some dirty pictures on somebody, Jimmy? Because at the end of the day, he had so much power. Jimmy, you tell him how much power this dude had so much power at Nike.
Oh yeah.
And then he started doing tournaments. It changed. Yeah, he was untouchable.
He had economic value, and that was the difference. When you're talking about the Houston Hoops, when Hal Pastner economically, when he started doing the events, then that means the branding of the Nike into it extended beyond grassroots because he started doing scholastic events as well, and that's when people remember the Academy National Invitational and the Houston versus the Nation. Those were platforms that enabled the brand to extend beyond just a certain from April to August. It went and they had a platforms. So they went from there. And that was, and once again, if you have
Kingwood Classic was the first one, wasn't it? That was the one that took the nation by
well, the
storm.
Kingwood Classic was that was summer ball. That was non-scholastic.
Yeah, that
So,
took
I mean,
the nation
it's
by
like you had the Kingwood Classic, you had a Boo Williams Invitational. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So you had different types of events all over the country during the non-scholastic season. But I'm talking about, but when he brought economic value, when everybody else was just resting, that's when those events came into play, and it helped him to get relate. Because once you do, here's another thing. I'm glad, it's kind of interesting because these are teachable things. A lot of people may have no clue and understanding to how these things transpire. Well, when you do scholastic events versus non-scholastic events, and you're going through, that's a different department of Nike. It's a different department of Adidas. It's different department. You're dealing with the marketing department. That's out of Chicago. That's a different office than the Portland office. Excuse me, guys. And so that's the thing that we really think about. So that means now those relationships with the marketing department, their budget is different than the grassroots budget. It's a whole different. They
Whole
don't
different
even
world.
whole different thing. So when you wonder how can you become more powerful, it's because when you different people in different departments know who you are, and you have value to them. Those are relationships that going to transform. Because a lot of those people in that office, next thing you know, they got hired and moved over to the Jordan brand. Well, that means now your guy, if that was your guy 2 years ago and he gets moved up to the Jordan brand, guess what? You got a relationship and a hook in that department. And it just goes on and on. But yeah,
But
you're right
Jimmy, but
you're
people
right
gotta
on.
understand why they call it grassroots. They call it grassroots because it's how they sell shoes. It's not called grassroots because no damn basketball. They got Kobe as a high school player and they gave him a shoe. They got T-Mac as a high school player. They get them dudes when they're young because they already around them kids. Now he not a good player, but a dude like Mikey, whatever his name is going to Memphis. That dude's a cultural phenomenon to them kids, man. If he was really good, an influencer, he could sell some shoes. That's what that world is. Some of them got to wait like
They got to
Damian
deal with
Lillard.
Puma already.
I'm just okay. There you go. I'm just saying some
Yeah,
of the dudes got to
$1
wait till they
million.
get to the league. Some of them got to wait till they get to the league, like Damian, the kid in Portland. But the way it was back in the day, they did it when they was in high school. That was how they sold shoes. Like you got to understand, it's sports marketing. Grassroots comes under sports marketing. Keyword marketing. Marketing. They're selling shoes. When they give money to you, when they give money for you to travel and all these things, it's brand exposure. The smartest thing they ever did was exclude all the other teams. I hate to say that, right? And they've made it more of a show where EYBL and this and that. That's all branding, man.
Right.
That's all branding. That was
Why you
smart
hate to
for them
say
do.
that? I mean,
What's
why
that?
would you hate to say that? Why would you hate to say?
Because it freezes out a lot of kids and it infects recruiting, and I don't think that's fair from a recruiting standpoint. That's why I'm telling people it has nothing to do with recruiting. Everybody gets caught up in the recruiting part. They trying to sell shoes. So why would Nike do that? You think Nike doing that so what? You can go to the NBA? They don't give a damn about that.
No.
Nike is a shoe company. It's an apparel company.
And I'll never forget. And people, it was not Bill. When I talked to the executives at Nike, I never forget, because I didn't understand EYBL at first. He said, Robert, we looking for the next Kobe.
That's right.
That's why the little June bug just cause you good to be on one of those teams, it used to be you got to be the dude. But it's so saturated now. Some guys get on these teams that a while back could never get on these kind of teams, right? Some guys get on EYBL this year wouldn't have never had a chance to be on an EYBL a few years back. I mean, it's just different now.
But like you say, it's saturated. But Hatter,
yeah.
Speaking of that, a dude that's gonna have a chance like that, and I sent it to Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, "Wow, right?" But Jimmy already know where I'm going.
Right.
The kid that just committed to Kentucky, DeJuan Wagner's son. Now think about this.
I saw that.
His grandfather is Milt Wagner.
Son
is DeJuan Wagner. DeJuan played for Calipari at Memphis.
Right.
Milt Wagner was on the staff at Memphis with Rod Strickland. Remember back in the day? Kenny
Bill
Payne
Wagner went to Louisville, but keep going.
went to Louisville. Went to
Yeah.
Louisville, right?
Yeah.
Kenny Payne gets the job.
At
Who does
Louisville.
he hire? He played with who? Milt Wagner.
Milt Wagner.
Milt Wagner was a bad dude back in
And the
day.
kid going to Kentucky, not going with his daddy.
Grandpa. Pop. Going to Kentucky.
Hold on. Keep going,
Talk to
Chris.
me.
There's
Me
another
Go
nugget.
tell me some more, because this kid, I ain't never heard no shit like this.
There's a nugget as to why.
Give me a nugget.
And the brother, Kentucky was smart. Guess what they did? The stepbrother is a walk-on at Kentucky.
Yes.
And think about this.
He the champion in the room.
Yes.
Louisville had a different coach last year. They took.
I thought you said it was Louisville.
You're right, Louisville.
No, I'm messing with you.
Right.
I'm messing with you.
Louisville. No, you're right. Louisville had a different coach last year. They fired the coach. They hired Kenny Payne.
Yeah.
The last coach of Louisville had no chance of getting him.
Right.
It just goes your timing. So they got the brother at Kentucky, probably got NIL money and everything, and the kid going to be with his brother instead of going with his dad. We talking about in-state rival. Louisville get the #1 player. Kenny Payne was at Oregon. He's a Nike baby. Kenny Payne, guess who Kenny Payne used to work for?
Calipari.
Man, it's like days of our life.
Jimmy, you got some more. Jimmy look like you got some more.
Well, the stepbrother had the juice. That was the influence.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted. Understand something. And I honestly believe.
It's unbelievable.
People may discount this. Understand something. He was really on the straddling the 50-yard line on this thing.
Okay.
Louisville has lost some of their sexiness
Okay.
in the past week and a half.
Okay.
Oh my God!
Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
They're not as sexy,
Okay. I got
and so that matters. Guess what? So meaning that they've lost 2 games that they had no business losing on purpose.
Hey, Jimmy, help me with this.
I'm not saying on purpose.
Kentucky got commit to another top guard,
Yeah, they got 4 of the top 8.
and then the dude said, "I'm going there. I don't give." See, all y'all talking about, I ain't going nowhere because somebody else. Wagner said, "I don't give a hell who there."
Okay, what they said at Alabama, same thing. They all there. Them 5 stars still go there. Because you know what Nick Saban do? Let me tell you what Nick Saban do. He get that piece of paper out. That's what people got to understand. He said, "Son, your mama sitting there, right? She had a pot to piss in or when to throw it out of, right?" And he said, "Mama, here it is right here." Same thing Robert Haddle do. Don't let him fool y'all. Right? When he threw Charles Woodson, Tyler Law, Penny Hardaway, he ain't gonna trust me. He doing the same thing. Rashard Lewis, he tell it all. I got his whole spiel. He said, "Mom, let me tell you something. I got $1 billion. The dudes are playing. They got $1 billion. When you turn on that TV, $1 billion of dudes that played for me. You gonna go play for him? And all they do is scare you. Because when you get to that level, guess what? You don't take chances. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
If you got a chance to play on the EYBL, play on the EYBL. Like, you don't take chances because a lot of that situation is who you know. I've been with those scouts. Oh, man, I don't even know who that dude is, man. I'm going to go watch. I said, "Dude, he way better than that guy." "Yeah, but we know who this dude is." I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you how it goes.
Boy, you preaching.
Politics. You got to be on the right side of it.
Right.
But again, I'm just $1 billion. And that dude lost to 2 sorry teams. Kenny Payne, my boy, I said we can't talk bad about Kenny because I'm going to get him on the chop shop.
No.
They were struggling, and people thought they was going to be on probation. They ended up not being on probation, so they got past that. But again, when you open yourself up like that, where you can have coaches make it look like you don't know what you're doing, or it's going, or like Jimmy said, it's on the down cycle. The kid don't want to mess up his stock. I'm going to give you a name. Maker. Anybody know who that is?
Yeah.
Maker. What did Maker do, Jimmy? Tell everybody what Maker did.
He basically did not live up to the promise or to the hype.
He went to Howard and did it. I'm like, dude.
That's mature. That's mature maker. Mature maker.
Mature. I'm a mature maker. I'm like, dude. Why would you do that? Dude, why would you go to Kentucky, dude? Go. There's people that got to do that. You ain't one of them. Go there and get your bread. Like, put yourself in a position to get your bread. That's what you got to do. Parents, I'm telling you right now, if you got a chance to be that dude, go be that dude. Because a lot of people that are sitting there giving you advice would never do that with their own kids. Am I right or wrong, Hatter? The same people sitting around telling you, oh, you don't have to do that. If their kid was that good, they'd be doing it. I'm just telling you, they'd be doing it. Oh, your son don't need to go play for the best AAU team in the country. He's not gonna get a chance. Hatter, to your point, you don't need to go to Kentucky. They got 3 other guards. Hey, homeboy, I don't care what they got. People go to the league from there. I'm trying to go to the league.
bench off the bench, the subs get drafted there.
Go to the league. Sheldon Sharp did not play a game last year. Got drafted a lot. Come on, I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
He can flat foot go get it though.
Coach, he did not play. But
I
you
know
what he did? He sat at Kentucky.
He went to practice. They had pro day. They're the only school with pro day on television. The only college that has their pro day televised. Think about that.
For everybody, man. It's not for everybody.
So, one thing about it. So tell me, Chris, why, if what you just said about, why you should play certain platforms, why are there so many people that's supposed to know better, meaning the coaches, attempt to lead people to believe that this is the way. Independent is good, but independent is normally not. It's normally by force. It's not normally by choice. Meaning that if the sneaker company came and offered you a 50-50 deal or 25-25
like
deal,
a turkey through the cone,
you would still take it. Hell, there was some guys that's from Houston that took a deal, that took a $10,000 product deal and paid their and willing to pay their own way.
If the number one sneaker company in the world, I'm gonna say it again, comes to you and saying, hey, we want to give you this for your child. Hatter, where Nico worked, where Howard White, Jordan, they come to you and say, we want to give you this for that dude right there, the number one sneaker company in the world. You gonna say no? You gonna say no? Think about what I'm saying. The number one sneaker company in the world. They can go. They can do it. They can go anybody they want. Because when you talk to people, you say, "Hey man, have you ever been to Beaverton, Oregon before? Have you ever been on that campus? Do you see the statues of people on that campus? Do you understand? Like Hatter, they never been there, right, Hatter? When they come to you, when he was there, when Nico come and sit in front of you, when you say no to him, man, you lost your man. Come on, man. People don't understand. They just don't get it.
I never forget. I never forget. He said, Rob, I represent 75% of the players in the NBA. When Nico told me that, I handle 75% of the players in the NBA. They wear Nike products. I have to deal with 75 players. That's a hell of a market share. 75%. That's a hell of a market share in anything. So you're right. I mean, yeah.
But I'm saying, as a kid, that you're an adult, you're a summer guy, and they're coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
And
but he don't usually come in. If he had to come in,
I'm saying if. I'm being hypothetical, not him, but whoever.
But when you mention him, that's why I had to qualify him.
Well, Nico's handled Kobe. He's like, he's high, whatever. But Nico was one of those guys that was over that division, saying, "Hey, man, what's going on? Who we got?"
Oh yeah. You know he want to know.
Yeah, he want to know. Yeah. So what I'm saying, he's sending out the lieutenants, and Jimmy used to be one of them. He's not a lieutenant no more, and they make sure they round up the right guy. Dude, I keep telling people, this is chess, not checkers, man. Them dudes trying to sell shoes, man. Nike controls the market. They ain't trying to lose the market. It's just like the music industry. No matter if you got a number one hit, they looking for the next person to get a hit. They're always looking for the next person. This thing don't stop. You know what I'm saying? It don't stop.
Look at what has happened now. They plan on moving a Ja Morant right into Kyrie's slot now.
Yeah. And think about it. I mean, again, James Harden used to have a hot selling shoe. T-Mac probably mad to this day. Man, when T-Mac was hot, his shoe was hot. People don't understand. That T-Mac shoe was a hot shoe.
I never got one though. Well, I couldn't.
No, but I'm saying, you
Yeah.
couldn't wear it. But I'm saying T-Mac was, that's when
Did you buy one? Well, you would. I mean,
I was a T-Mac
He had
All-Star.
the T-Mac All-Star.
No. Hold on. I just want to ask the general public because y'all don't pay for shoes. How many of y'all bought some damn T-Macs? Just give me some.
know.
How many of y'all? He talking about it's still hot. Shit, T-Mac.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say
No,
that.
Gary Carter said Gary be drinking.
Oh, yeah, I didn't say that.
Gary be
I'm talking
drinking
about back then,
sometime.
in the
Gary,
early 2000s.
y'all just hands up. Hands up if y'all have bought some T-Mac All-Stars. Just give me your hands up. Are you the boss some Damian Lillard's? Just give me your hand. Just give me your hand. Okay, I'm just asking. So
I mean, you only got a few
it
people
wasn't a
to do.
hot shoe.
It
He
was a hot
hot.
shoe, man. It was a hot selling shoe you had. Yeah, it was back then. When T-Mac was with
Well,
the
I'm
Rockets,
just trying to find out who
T-Mac
bought
was the
one.
Orlando Magic. I mean, you're asking freaking 10 people if they. I mean, I'm just saying. The bottom line, it was a good shoe back then. It was a hot selling shoe.
Okay.
I'm talking about for Adidas, for what they were doing back then.
Okay.
The Crazy Eights. Kobe came out with the Crazy Eights. Didn't really sell.
Nobody
Kobe
buy
went to
that.
Nike.
Yeah.
So nobody bought them, but they bought the T-Max. And then the next guy they got was Sebastian Telford. That didn't work out. And the next one was supposed to be who? Lenny Cook. That didn't work because Lenny didn't make it. And then LBJ, and then they lost LBJ to Nike. I'm telling you. So what I'm saying is Adidas is always trying to catch. Man, you're trying to catch Nike. That's what I'm trying to say. Like if Nike sit down in your living room, if Kentucky comes and sits down in your living room, it says Jared Vanderbilt. I don't even care if you hurt when you come here.
Yeah.
You come here, you're gonna be in the league.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
That's a good one. So you saying? Oh, so you on this show telling every kid they need to go to the economic slave concerns. They need to go.
Man, you gotta stop that, man.
No. I ain't stopping nothing. You got that now. That's Robert Hatter.
I'm not saying
I'm not gonna ever stop being me. So
hear you. You
the
sound crazy
economic
right now.
slave concern. That's what I call the
why is
slave
economic
economic
slave
concern. SEC. So you
is economic
telling me every parent, if they want to be a pro, send their son to Kentucky. Every guy went to Kentucky wasn't no pro.
I didn't say that. I didn't say most of them were.
That's what
I didn't
you're saying.
Say that. I didn't say that.
That's what you're saying now.
Most of them were pros, Hatter. I'm not saying that because they only choose pros. What I'm saying is that if your son is that good, right? If he's that good, and they come for your son, the same way I say, if Nike wants to sign your son to something, the best in the world, you have an obligation to listen, man. Hatter, are you serious right now? You really.
I didn't say no, but you. I don't want you giving no damn Kentucky information. I'm not no dude gonna finna give no Kentucky information. Cause hold on, let me show you why. Let me show you why.
Going on.
Okay. College basketball programs with the most active NBA players. Kentucky 29, Duke 26, Texas 14, North Carolina 14, University UCLA 12. So you can go from these guys too. You telling me you just sucking Kentucky off?
Let's do recent pros. You gotta understand, we're talking about last 10 years.
I just don't like no. I just don't like no. You got to go to Kentucky. Now I agree with you in the EYBL.
All I'm saying is, I know you agree. I'm saying from a branding standpoint, I could have easily said if Adidas sit in your house, I would say the same thing through James Harden. Hey man, the Adidas is a worldwide brand. If they come sit in front of your house, you're not gonna listen to them. Oh man, don't worry about that, man. I'll make it on my own. I do it on my own. I don't need you.
No, we ain't saying do it on your own, but you trying to act like you got to go to.
Hold on. Well, Kentucky's cool. Don't worry about that. I'll go to TSU. I won't go to Kentucky. It ain't a person on this feed that son can go to Kentucky with similar TSU.
I just gave you 5 other options.
How good they are.
I just gave you four more options.
Well, I'd like to know, other than Duke, which one of them beat Kentucky for a player? That's what I want to know.
Okay, but so you singing Kentucky praises. I'm just not gonna sing their praises.
Dude, I went to Villanova. Villanova got pros too.
I don't care where you went to win.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying Villanova. We the one tell the last 5 chips. I didn't say Villanova. You see, I put that.
Y'all the love. Well, y'all the one. What?
We the one 2 of the last 5 chips. You don't hear me saying that about Villanova.
No, that don't mean you won college basketball because you win a championship in college basketball. Don't mean you got pros on
You
you.
know how
Don't
hard to
mean
win a
you're
championship
pros.
in college basketball? You know,
Yeah.
you know how hard to win. You know how hard to win a championship in college basketball?
Yeah, I know how hard it is to win. Some
How many
people just
active
get
coaches
lucky.
got 2 championships?
Some people had that one shining moment. What's the name of that song? One shining moment.
Hatter, you sound. You know what's funny? Hatter is so funny. Like
Yeah.
you'll say something. Hatter just want to say something just to say something. He just want to go against the grain. He want to go against the grain because he's so quick to say. He is quick to say, "Don't y'all choose agents that don't know what they're doing? You better go with the standard barrier."
So you telling me
Do not.
Duke don't know what they're doing? Hold up, y'all. I got the list right here. You telling me Duke don't know what they're doing? Texas don't know what they're doing?
I didn't say Bill
North
Duffy
Carolina
knew what he
coach.
was doing.
All I
didn't say
said,
Bill Duffy didn't
I
know what he was
said
doing.
you was sucking Kentucky off.
Oh,
That's
I
all
didn't
I
say
was saying.
that.
Man, you got if Kentucky
So,
come to your
next
house,
question, next
you
question.
gotta listen.
Why? Let me ask 2 things. First of all, why do they have more pros than anybody else? And why is 4 of the top 8 players going there right now? And tell me in the last 10 years, how many times Kentucky had the number 1 recruiting class in the country?
They probably
then
do.
I want to take it to Alabama. And then tell me how many times Alabama had the number 1 recruiting class in the country.
I didn't say that. I said you come talk about Kentucky. You gotta come
The brand.
Kentucky.
Jimmy, hold up. I'm gonna let Jimmy be the Jimmy. Do I sound crazy, Jimmy?
No,
I didn't say you sound crazy.
I understand
Not one time.
what you're saying. I understand that, you know.
I
mean,
just don't believe you got to go to Kentucky.
I didn't.
that's
Anyway, man.
but that's not. I mean, gotta go away. Gotta go. He just what he was talking about in regarding to
Well, that's where I took it.
you
I
got.
don't care how you took it, and you
Yeah,
how
you
you gonna
gotta-
explain it to me.
You
I'm serious.
you are not ignoring the call. You're not ignoring the doorbell if they ring.
No.
That's
I
basically
wouldn't know it. But no, that ain't how Chris walked. I guess that y'all
Oh,
talking in code around here then. Cause that ain't how he was talking about. Yeah, you got it. If Kentucky comes,
Hey, last question. Where did Jared Vanderbilt go? Where did
He went-
Darren Fox go?
okay, Kentucky.
They both went to Kentucky.
Where did Tyrese Maxey go? Kentucky.
Thank you.
But guess
I'm
what?
just saying,
I can
dog.
get other three. I
Where
can
did
give
Casey
some
Wallace
names
go?
of other guys that went
Where
somewhere
did Casey
else.
Wallace go?
Where did John Morant go? Where did Damon Lillard
We're
go?
talking about from Texas. We're talking from Texas.
We ain't talking about. Dude,
I-
you a
I
local
just
dude.
mentioned was
I'm a
Texas.
national dude. I'm
Now,
talking about from all over the world.
but don't
I'm
go
not
to
talking
school.
about from no Texas.
Tyler, but in defense of that, Kentucky wasn't offering Damon Lillard when he came out of high school. Nor did they offer John Morant.
That ain't the issue.
No,
Yeah,
but
it
the
is.
issue was
Yeah,
he
it
said
is.
if they come calling, then you can't afford.
No,
You can't
no. I don't. Listen to me. If Kentucky come calling, I would entertain it. But
Yeah,
it
that's all
don't.
he said.
My point is, you don't have to go to Kentucky
No,
to be a
that's not
pro.
it.
That's why I listed the other 4 teams. Y'all ain't listening. I just don't like nobody to suck Kentucky off like that. I'm sorry.
Who's sucking about you?
You.
Sound crazy.
You're sucking it clean off.
I would never
To
do
the
that.
bone.
I'm a Villanova dude. We got dudes in the league. I'm just telling you that is a. I'm just. They got 29. I'm not saying anything that's incorrect. Now
So-
you may disagree with my premise on it or the way I'm presenting it. I'm just saying if they come calling, you are out of your mind if you don't listen. That is a portal to the NBA. Period.
Chris, you be all over the place.
Yeah.
You be all over the place. I don't know what your argument be. I don't know what your statements be. Now you're coming there. And Jimmy understands. See, y'all got this language that y'all, see, you got to be, see, I'm smart enough to know. I've been talking to you for what, an hour and 30 minutes a day on the show. And you done switch everything that I say, everything I can say, I can talk about the magazine right now. And you will say, well, look, it's
Is that the
blue in the
Dallas
background.
Cowboys?
It looked like
Is that
the
the
Dallas
Dallas
Cowboys in the background. This dude got on some gold. It looked like a Laker. You be all over the place, man. Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, okay.
So now, of course, basketball. We're talking about who. This is the perfect time for you guys to share the show. Share the show to your timelines, to your groups, to your pages right now. And want to remind you, last night, of course, in H-Town, there were approximately 10 former high school stars from Greater Houston on the benches of between Oral Roberts and University of Houston. Oral Roberts has the most out of the most Texas players on their roster than any other college outside of the state of Texas. They played at U of H, and of course, U of H
Beat the brakes off them.
did they were supposed to do.
Beat the brakes off them. I'm gone. You can talk the way you
Tremont
want.
Mark gave him the business.
Tremont Mark played extremely well. Finished, I think, with 23 points, if I'm not mistaken. Sasser played well, 19 points in that. At one point, matter of fact, when Tremont Mark came out the game, he went and took the rest of the night off with about just under 6 minutes to go. Tremont and Sasser combined had more points than Oral Roberts at that point. I think it was 42-40 in their combined between just those two players. I like what I saw from Terrence Arsenault last night in the minutes that he was granted and he earned. Terrence Arsenault, he was 3 for 6 from behind that 3-point arc. He hit, from different spots on the floor. He was fluid. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. Arsenault, it looks like he's usurping Ramon Walker, in that lineup. He keep going. One thing about it, he's long and he's been winning. Think about this. One thing about it, players that win, and a lot of those players on that U of H roster come from winning programs. When you start talking about culture, it starts a lot of people, a lot of coaches, and of course, Chris, you've been on various staffs with various ideologies. The kid, if it come down between a tie or debate between player A, player B, player A who won 2 state championships in a row and has went basically 94-6 in his high school career, is going to get the nod over player B, who barely made the playoffs, and just because he's averaged 25 points a game over versus 20. The winning mindset.
You recruit like that, Chris?
What's that?
Players that win, because you used to get your head tore off in AAU, but you said
That's
they
not
going
true.
to God. You didn't
That's
care.
not
You
true.
said all of these dudes going to
No.
D1. That's what you told me.
You sadly mistaken. Didn't nobody tear my head off. I just didn't win the championship all the time. Only one team can win the championship. So again, sadly mistaken. Chris, I was always winning. I just didn't win the championship all the time.
Well, they're not winning. They're not champions. They're not champions. If you don't have enough
But
rings.
you know what they did? But you know what they did, though? They all went to college and played college
See,
basketball.
there you go. When you don't win, that's
my champion. But we still kick butt. We still took a lot of names. Put a lot of Chick-fil-A sauce with a bunch of,
But Jimmy,
come on, man,
Jimmy, a
please.
good question from King
Get outta here.
Stick said, what did the 2 dudes from Houston on Oral Roberts do last night?
They have more than 2 from Houston.
Well, he just said to 2 dudes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to have 6
But
great.
one of them didn't play.
One didn't play.
DJ
That Sir
Weaver
Isaac
played.
Aaron.
So
Sir Isaac Aaron,
all the Houston kids played last night.
all of them that were in uniform.
Okay, all the one. How many was in uniform?
All except one. Sir Isaac has an injury, a hand injury.
So how many? How many on that team?
6.
You have Cam Embry, you have DJ Weaver,
Okay.
right? You have the kid, Williams kid that went to Fulshire last year before going to Arizona.
With
right?
DeMar or something like that?
Damari Williams.
Okay.
You have
Okay.
Nate Clover,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
And who did I miss? Cam Embry. So that's the 5 that played.
Okay. So how many played last night?
5.
I just named you the 5 that played.
They played last night. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, all 5 of them
Who
played.
had the most minutes?
DJ Weaver was the most impressive.
Well, but he didn't play before.
Yeah, but still, though, he was impressive. Of course, he's graduated. DJ Weaver had, he was DJ. You see those kids, man. They grow up in front of your eyes. He got his beard.
Yeah,
going on.
man. He used to look like a little boy. I remember he was
Like,
a little.
for real.
Yeah.
You DJ. I'm like, dang, man. God, dog, you looking old now.
Hey, Jim. The correct police amended say you said Cam name twice. You know she gonna try to correct. She the correct police, but you did say his name twice. Yeah, that's the correct police.
Pull the roster up.
DJ Weaver played.
Right.
You ain't got to finish pulling the roster up.
Nate Clover. Okay.
Cam Embry,
3,
Damari Williams,
4.
look in the book, and I said 5. That's 4.
Yeah, you said 4,
I'm trying to
5.
see who's from Oral Roberts. I'm looking in the magazine. I love this magazine.
Is Elijah Elliott on that team?
That's who did. No, they are the kid Lawrence. He did not play. That's who the 5th one. Elijah Lawrence. Remember play that Bel Air Hatter? He's on the roster. He didn't.
Elijah Lawrence. Okay. All right.
Elijah,
I didn't know. I didn't see the game. I didn't see the
4
game.
played, 2 didn't.
Uh-huh.
Now we know Sir Isaac is in the rotation. He would have definitely played.
Oh, definitely. Right.
He hurt his fingers, and he'll be back. He says, and I talked to him after the game. In about 2 to 3 weeks, he expects to be back on the court. So that's what it is. So 4 of them played. Now, for his University of Houston, of course, Tremont Marks is the only one that started from Greater Houston. But then you had JVL Francis. He was awesome last night.
What you mean by awesome?
He was rebounding way out of his range. He was going up and made a couple of key blocks, like woo type blocks. You know, it wasn't but a couple, but it felt like he blocked 5 shots. He changed so many shot attempts. He did a couple of moves. Haddle got with the left hand. He spent, let it go with the left. The soft hook is there. Hey man,
JVL
Francis. Remember JVL? We used to call him Javier. JVL Francis.
Oh, yeah, 11 rebounds. That's all you had to do is tell me 11 rebounds.
4 of them on the offensive end. But him last night, I can't wait to see how he's going to perform against the encore against TSU.
No turnovers. He had 4 fouls for 16 minutes and 4 fouls.
16 minutes? You put 11 and 11?
Yeah, but then 4 fouls, he got to stop that. You got to stop fouling right now. 4 fouls in 16 minutes, that's a lot of fouls.
Yeah, but that means you're going as long as you don't get that 5th one, I'm good with you. You're good. You know, I mentioned also Ramon Walker, he had 6 rebounds, and you realize we saw him last year. His role, you could tell there's one guy on every major team that their role is not to shoot unless there's certain spots on the floor. You could tell that's Ramon. If he wants to continue to log, he played 21 minutes, which is half the game. That's cool.
Yeah.
But if you're going to play them minutes, he got to keep following and excelling in his role. That's what he's doing. He's getting them possessions. Either steal the ball and don't turn it over. And that's the thing. So it's kind of, this U of H team, man, I always it can't escape my mindset for you guys to understand. They're number 3 in the country right now.
They're good, man.
You guys understand something, how close you don't realize how close they were. I said it the other day. If Kenneth Lofton Jr. goes to Chicago to the pre-draft camp and lays an egg, he's not going to the NBA, more than likely. He's going to U of H. He's in this lineup, guys. And guess what? I love the moving parts. The front court. Man. Now they play TSU on Wednesday. But first on order of business is tonight. Texas Southern had to host Oral Roberts. They're wounded right now because they wouldn't expect to beat U of H, but they didn't expect to get beat by 40.
Why wouldn't they expect to be get by 40? The number 3 team in the nation?
You don't expect to get beat by 40. No way. You don't expect to get
expect to get beat by 30?
No, I probably think 20, 22. If you expect to get beat by the 40, I guarantee the 40 wasn't the line.
Hell no.
40 wasn't the line. You wouldn't expect to get beat by no 40. When you got all these kids that's supposed to be, and guess what? Most of these kids, college basketball, it just goes.
These kids don't go to Kentucky. These kids don't go to Kentucky. They don't go to Kentucky, Jimmy.
We've had a fair share of
Kentucky kids. These not Kentucky players right here, Jimmy.
No, they're not. Those are Oral Roberts not. But guess what? A few of them thought they were.
Mr.
A few of them thought they were.
Mr.
And when it goes to you know what?
I saw something.
I want to applaud. I want to applaud Paul Mills, the head coach of Oral Roberts. Okay. I want to applaud him. You know why?
Why you want to?
Because I've seen times when a local kid has come back home and played, and the coach didn't put him in. I've seen it happen. And coaches don't have to play your babies. But for him to have those guys put him in the game. Remember, we mentioned.
Coach, they were getting their head beat in. He had to put him in.
I've seen that happen, and still you didn't play until that 1 minute and 10-second mark or that 50-something second mark, and you come out there and I've seen that happen. He put them guys in about 5 minutes to go, 7 minutes, 8 minutes to go.
Hey,
and so Cam Ambry, he had 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Damari Williams, he had 7 minutes, came in around the same time. Now, of course, Nate Clover, he was out there beforehand, 17 minutes. He's swole. Think about that. He was the guy that was in the front court, talking about Kenneth Lofton Jr. He was in the front court alongside Kenneth Lofton Jr. at Port Arthur Memorial High School.
I don't remember. Okay.
He was the guy that was ranked, that was supposed to be the guy as Kenneth Lofton was growing into his own. It was Nate Clover's basically his team. Then all of a sudden, Kenneth Lofton started getting better. Nate Clover didn't. Then Kenneth Lofton messed around, and like Chris Walker said a while ago, messed around and got an opportunity he sees to go in the EYBL. He won the EYBL, and he got the tap dancing against guys, and that was it.
Let me tell you some college players, for Jimmy talking all this stuff. If your ass shoot 22% from the field, you're going to get your head beat in. You got to be able to make shots, man. The little dude, Jimmy, Chris took a picture with. See, Chris always take pictures with guys like this. The little dude, Max A. Smith, right? Chris took a picture with him in Chicago. Yeah, I'll never forget. Coach, you sent it to me. He was 1 for 13, 1 for 9 from 3. Hold on. 3 turnovers and 4 assists. And he was at the NBA.
He went to put his name in the draft last year.
Yeah. Y'all, let me tell y'all something.
Man.
22%. Y'all hit 14 of 62. Where y'all practicing at? Is U of A's defense that damn good?
Yes.
It appears early on it does.
Yes, it is. It's the Scott Street Bullies. Yes.
22%?
Man, them dudes be smothering, man. And they respond to that coach, man, Coach Sampson so well. Man,
he's scared of him, bro.
Man.
Scared of him.
You think it's more they scared of him or more they want to please him?
Yeah, I think they're scared of him. It could be both.
You know what?
I know you know what though?
I see.
He scared me.
See, I didn't know him at first. Now that I got to know him, he's gentle with him off the court. But when they get in that 94-50, it's different. But he's so gentle and loving off the court. They know he love him. He done put that in them guys. Man, hey, Coach, I run through a brick wall for Coach. And that's what I saw. Because at first I didn't know Coach that well. And then I saw him, how he interact with them when they off the court. And it's just different. And that staff, man. The man got a great staff over there, man.
You got a great staff. Hey, listen, man, I believe this, and I'm sure the kid will counter and say it's not true. But what's the kid that played out there in oh my God, what's his name? The kid that not Quentin. What's his name? The kid that plays for the Knicks.
Quentin Grimes.
Would not be in the NBA if he didn't go to Houston. I believe that.
You might be absolutely right.
Would not be in the NBA if he didn't go to
Houston.
He had to go play for Kelvin Sampson.
Yeah.
He got tougher. And I mean, he was already a good player.
That stuff that happened in Kansas, that was gonna haunt him.
Let me tell you something. And Kansas is that dude's a hard dude to play.
Oh my God, he a hard dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and I'm like, he chose Houston.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Kevin Sampson ain't that bad, man. If you do what you're supposed to do.
No. I love Kevin Sampson.
Yeah, I know.
I remember 5-6 years ago when I was at CBS, we used to do games there, and it'd be as many people on the Chop Shop feed at the game. Like, that's how bad it was at Hot Fives Pavilion.
I was there with you.
That dude built that place. That's right, your son. They built that place.
No. You remember I came up behind you while y'all was on the broadcast.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You keep forgetting about that. Yeah.
That dude get all the credit. Hey, you know that girl that was working with me? Yeah. She do the Amazon games on Thursday night. That's her, Kaylee Hartung.
Okay. I got you.
Halftime. She's a sideline reporter for the Amazon games. But I mean, it's just.
Somebody said we just agreed.
Oh,
Marissa, Messy Marissa. That's her name, Messy Marissa. The 2 M's.
Hey, another game last night. Baylor 95, Northern Colorado 62. Of course, the Bears improved to 3-0 at home. They're number 5 in the country right now. And of course, Northern Colorado had another player on their roster from the Greater Houston,
Who?
in Riley Abercrombie. Riley
Oh,
Abercrombie.
Riley. Yeah, I remember him.
And Riley, didn't he go to Boise State, I think?
I don't know what. I just remember.
I don't remember.
And then but he played 12 minutes.
Uh-huh.
He only took one shot, finished with 3 points. However, but for Baylor, on the other hand, LJ Cryer led the way with 20 points in that win, 4 for 9 from downtown. How about Flagler had a double-double, 13 points, 10 assists in that win. And Keontae George, in case you're wondering, didn't shoot it well from downtown. Only one for 6 from 3-point land. He finished with 12 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, and in the win for him. Langston Love, 13 minutes of action. He had 5 points, but you have to realize 13 minutes on the nation's on the top 5 team in the country.
Pretty good.
That is valuable, very valuable minutes. And one thing about Baylor, they don't often redshirt guys at Baylor. It's not often that they redshirt players. I'm talking about as far as guards, that is. I'm sorry. And but this Baylor Bears, they're rolling along, and we're seeing how in the top 25, Chris. I think there may be 6 teams from Texas right now in the top 25.
I know Villanova is going to be out of there in a minute. I mean, they
are
all out of there. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So
yeah, well,
now, it's like 16.
Villanova.
You know, now does TCU loses last night to Northwestern State?
Oh my goodness.
Whoa. What? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Hold up. Who's
Mikey Miles didn't play now. Mikey Miles didn't play.
Miles is hurt. PJ Haggerty started and played 25
No,
minutes.
PJ didn't start.
Oh, he didn't start? Oh, what?
No.
Oh, Johnny.
PJ played 9 minutes. He had 6
I hate
points
him.
and 2 rebounds. He played 9 minutes. So now also speaking of TCU, another starter on the team.
But hold up, didn't stop. They played Northwestern State.
Yeah, not Northwestern State in Natchitoches, Louisiana.
That had been coming. They had been playing well, and plus they had injuries. So,
well, they got two backcourt members.
I know.
Mikey is injured. He's out.
And Damon Barr doing a little too much.
Barn, he's suspended.
Yeah, he's doing a little
So that
too
means
much.
2 guards are out, and PJ, I would have expected him to get more than 9 minutes.
Be a freshman, man.
But with 2 guards out, Hatter.
but somebody told us he was his best guard.
But
period.
that somebody don't always tell the truth.
Oh, dang, really? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
my bad.
that's some people just bloviate. Use that bloviate a lot. So, but keep on going, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
I mean, and you know what? Again, we like PJ Haggerty.
I love it.
PJ Haggerty. His parents, his dad knows that I'm definitely intrigued and a supporter of PJ Haggerty. But then the thing is like anything. If a person who's antagonistic comes and inserts himself into the equation and basically challenges everybody and thrusts this saying, this kid, this is the best that's ever been through here. He's the best in the state. If you only put it like this, if you only play 9 versus Northwestern State, how many minutes would you have played if you had Kentucky? Because you compared him to Cason Wallace. You say he was better than Cason Wallace because you scored 40 on the team. That
I saw that one. Just that particular game.
So does that make him better than Cason Wallace?
No, he just outplayed. He just scored the most points that day.
He scored the most points that day.
Yeah,
and a lot of people get this stuff get it mixed up, and that helped. That's better.
We're gonna see how good Cason Wallace is tonight against Kansas, though.
We'll see.
Yeah,
it's definitely
tonight.
We'll see. Of course, it's a Kansas without Bill Self on the sideline.
No, we don't care about no Bill Self.
Yeah, I'm just talking about.
When them other coaches, Casey can coach. Other coaches can coach. See, so you know when they let Chris Walker coach, he won a couple of games when Tubby left. So guess what? I mean, when his coach left, Chris Walker, anybody can win a game, Jimmy. Chris Walker, how many games you won? You won a couple.
Don't worry
Chris,
about that.
I mean, Howard, we mentioned
I'm
the
messing with
kid
you.
Damon.
Come on.
We mentioned kid Damon Bond.
Damian Bond.
Okay, explain to us what Damon
I don't know
Bond.
what happened to him. He ain't on my watch no more.
He signed with an agent.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the hell he was doing.
He signed with an agent, so now he's suspended for 6 games.
6 games. So that's all you get to spend 6 games, and then they do James Wiseman like that because Penny bought. Y'all see how inconsistent it is. This is. Penny bought moved them from Wichita to Houston to Nashville to Dallas. They spent James Wiseman for their whole year. Yeah, and this guy can sign. I guess signing with an agent just ain't like it's all cracked up to be no more. It used to be taboo. Oh, you don't give us 6 games. Oh, I can sign with agent. Chris, that used to be taboo from the NCAA.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
You're right. Hey, look at Corey Henderson. Is that true, Jimmy?
What Corey?
What's that?
About Duncanville?
Oh yeah. That was last over the weekend. Duncanville. It has the superintendent of the Duncanville ISD basically voluntarily removed them from contending for the state championship. They will only play non-district and district games, and their season will be over afterwards.
Okay.
Now my question is, my question was, what if Duncanville?
Losses he put on them teams going. No, what you talking about?
What I was wondering is, it's like, of course, they probably won't do it now because Duncanville is probably the air is knocked out of them. But the season is still on. What if another team in Duncanville, let's say, was winning? Let's say they were undefeated by the time they get to the end of their season. And the team invited them, let's say, Montverde, say, let's go play in this event, even while the state playoffs are going on. They can't play in the state playoffs. Would they take that invite?
Hell yeah, they gonna take the invite.
Why wouldn't they?
Because they can't play in the playoffs, Jimmy.
But then did they say their season is going to end, though? That's the whole thing. They said their season is going to end.
Just said. He said they will not be allowed to compete for district title, even though they won't be competing in the playoffs. They're not going to compete in the playoffs at all, Jimmy.
They're not no playoffs. Yeah, I'm saying no playoffs. But then that means their season is over.
Over right after the last game.
Yeah.
So that means, what I just presented out there.
Are you talking about during a district game?
No, I'm talking about during when
the playoffs. They already off anyway, Jimmy.
That's what I'm saying. The season
is over for them.
The season is completed because you voluntarily said you're not playing in the playoffs. But what if you went and played in something else? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess the UIL might. But then I saw something else. That somebody sent me something this morning talking about the Millie. Since we on this subject, talking about the little Millie boy ain't gonna be able to play. It's in the Chronicle.
Yes. I Marcus Melinda, his nickname is Smurf.
Uh-huh.
He's a senior at Dickinson High School. He started at Clearbrook High School last year. And I think you saw him play last year with me at least once. Uh-huh. He played summer ball with the Houston Defenders, and then went to the Live On, then back to the Defenders. He was ruled the state executive committee. That's with the an extension of the UIL. They upheld a decision to not be eligible this season. So we go into the VIP news. I break all that down for you guys. And if you go in there, you'll read the details in today's VIP news on rcssports.com. But once again, Marcus Melinda. And guess what? He's a kid that had, and by the time we did to publish the magazine, he had already been ruled not eligible. And how do you know the odds of a person getting that overturned? And there was so we couldn't dare put him on the front cover. Otherwise, he would have been the front cover. He would have been on the front cover of the magazine. More than likely. He would have been on the front cover. I mean, just, you never know. But we decided, especially with the front cover, we decided to go, and you see this theme for this year, we call it the Big Six. And as opposed to you think about the culture of playing dominoes. It starts off, the first thing you play is Big Six. This is the most valuable domino in the deck at the start of a game. So these guys are some of 6 of the most valuable in the area. And
Jimmy,
they're all
up
going.
here. I'm sorry,
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting up here reading something because I want it to move. Click, because I'm reading the Chronicles article. Clearbrook basketball coach Nathan Janet claimed that there were multiple incidents where the Milliner family was upset with him and the Clearbrook administration and threatened to transfer to a different school. It was noted that Milliner played AU basketball with another former Clearbrook player that is now on the team at Dickinson. So these people be going into all of these people stuff like that.
Yeah. Some people do. Yeah.
So
The thing is,
it was 3-2, Jimmy. 2 people must agree with him.
Yeah, I mean, they moved. The father actually bought a home in Duncanville. in Dickinson.
Right.
Dickinson School attendance zone.
Uh-huh.
So he actually bought a home there. He actually understands something. A lot of times, sometimes when you say something, or if you type something, or if you email something, or if you text something, it can be used against you as evidence. And this is why, and I'm gonna go back and I say this again. If anybody's out there having turbulence through this season that's about to that we are up on, and you're thinking about transferring, the first thing, if you want to go and text something, start texting that you feel for your life. First, you say, you're tired of getting bullied. Go to the office, let them know you're being bullied, or let them know that somebody stole something from you. Let them know somebody broke in your, just in your locker. Let them know somebody, whatever it is that somebody threatened you, and you feel. See, the key word is safe. If you are in fear for your safety, and you can keep going to that nurse's office or that principal's office and letting them know, I feel unsafe.
That's a lot of work to do to get out of a school, Jimmy.
But guess what? You're covering your butt. That's why I always tell people.
Jimmy, that's a lot of work to do for getting out of a school.
But guess what? It's covered. It doesn't take much. You're not getting out of school. What you're doing is you're covering it in case they try to hinder you from making a smooth transition, because you never know. There are some coaches, man, look you dead in the eye. Look, and then gave gentleman agreement to other. No, I'm not going to do nothing. We're not going to do nothing. But then they'll slide the info to another coach in the district, and they will contest it. Then you got to have a deck hearing. And once again,
so you're saying if you're planning on doing this, I wouldn't advise y'all lose, because most people lose. But make sure you cover all your bases.
Yeah.
And make sure that social media is clear. And make sure, I guess you can't threaten the coach and the administration. They said, man, boy, they got it going on. This high school basketball is crazy, man.
And also, the dad, when I spoke with the father, and he was adamant that his kid, they're not planning to transfer anywhere else. They're planning to stay at Dickinson because he didn't transfer there for basketball purposes first and foremost.
Awesome.
It was more so he wanted to get, that's the gray area. I'm just trying to get the hell away from one school.
Yeah.
I got to go somewhere.
Because that environment for me and my son ain't good over there. Yeah,
I live on this side of town.
Absolutely.
But he didn't live in Clearbrook District in the first damn place.
Okay. They didn't say nothing about it then.
That's the funny part. So then you go, it's like one of those things, but once again, and you realize Dickinson High School's head coach, Justin Wilson, that committee has been
tearing his head
up for years, for the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
He's had Marcus Williams that got denied.
Right.
He's had Seth Jones that got denied.
Right.
And now this young man here, they get denied. But then there's other people in the district that they know.
Yes.
That has transferred within that district in the Clear Creek ISD.
Yes.
and the gentleman's agreement, and they go. It just don't smell right because these three kids have one thing in common amongst other than basketball. You know what it is?
They
They
black.
black kids, and that's
And,
where it's,
and
that's
hold
where it's,
on now.
that's where it's
Hold on.
effed up.
Somebody told me the same district. Somebody texted me to say the same district allowed a white player to leave Falls and play at Lake with no issues.
I just said that. I ain't specified that. I was just
Well, okay. You probably hey. Wow.
with none. I call it gentleman's agreement, meaning, coach, we're gonna stand down.
You know what I'm finding out? I'm finding out in this, Jimmy. Who the rotten ass egg in all of these situations? The high school coach you have to sign off. I don't care if the daddy and nobody, but I thought it's the high school coach where the kid left. His rotten ass. I'm talking to all of y'all out there. You are the one that's starting off because his signing the wrong situation and signing off bad, that starts this whole train to running. Is that correct or not, Jimmy? Because the coach at the high school, if he don't sign the right thing and check off the right thing, that's what starts this deck committee and all these people to pursuing stuff. Am I wrong or right?
Yeah, that's the first layer.
That's the first layer. So if that layer don't happen, in a lot of these cases, this stuff would be, they wouldn't have nothing to say.
Yeah. My thing is fun as hell because when you get kids that transfer to you or come to you.
Rotten ass coaches. Yeah, I said it again. Michael Henderson. I said Corey Henderson. Yeah.
Then it's okay. And my thing, like I said, it just, in this situation, Dickinson ISD is the only school, I think, in their district. You know, you have a school district, then you have districts that play in competition.
Well, Dixon, okay.
So they're a single high school, kind of like Sheldon ISD with C. King. But so Dickinson, people that know that live in Houston, that community has not been favorable. That's why Tremont Mark went to high school. But it hasn't necessarily been favorable, to blacks playing basketball.
What you mean?
I mean, as far as them when they
got a black coach. What would you talking about? The district? The people against them? I don't understand what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the transfers and people that's coming.
Oh, the transfer situations. Okay.
It hasn't been favorable.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
For a lot of them. Okay. And remember, this team went to state. And they really had people can look back. So you can look back on this stuff now and look at the
pandemic. That's the pandemic.
Pandemic when they did not play and they canceled all the state tournament right after it had just started.
Right.
And Duncanville was there, and they were the team to beat. And Dickinson. Now we look back on it. They had two. You see what Tremont Mark is doing. And you can look back and say, well, of course, Tremont Mark wasn't as good as he is right now. Hell, not many people were as good as they were 2 years ago. But Marcus Williams, and I had people that tell me that they went into that practice at Texas A&M, and he was the best player in practice. But you got to have the mental part, and you have to be in compliance and buy into what the coaches is leading.
Jimmy, you got to have talent and character. That's what it is. Talent and character.
And he became expendable.
Yes.
But but the talent level, them dudes really felt they was going to beat Duncanville that year. Who knows? Never will know. But my point is, it just feels bad because Justin Wilson, the head coach, he keeps getting talented teams.
Yeah.
He keeps winning that district. He's won that district like 3 of the last 4 years.
So they mad about that. Keep going.
And then people, you build it, you win, people gonna want to come.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Of course they may want to come, but in this particular every instance, I really believe,
Coach, the common denominator, and now parents, y'all understand this. The common denominator the coach where he left is the person who have to sign. Somebody just put the name. It's called a PAF form,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
So they are the common. So my thing is,
Player athletic participation form.
coaches, what the hell wrong with y'all? Stopping these kids from going and playing somewhere else. They don't want you no more. Let them go, man. They let them go. You just said in the newspaper article said the coach talking about the people threatened him. Man, what about the threats you probably made to them? But you're gonna sign off on that, man. Come on, man. Y'all to cut that out. Coaches, y'all to cut that out, man. I don't know what it is. It's an honor among thieves. I don't know what y'all doing. But explain to me why you won't sign off on a kid going to another place. Just y'all got to help me with it. Maybe y'all know something I don't know. Just email me, chopshophtx@gmail.com. I'm just trying to figure it out. What would make your grown ass sit up there and say, knowing it's going to affect the child's eligibility, knowing his folks got to take out time to go in front of committees, knowing all of this stuff got to happen, you sit there and you going to check that box. What's wrong? And ain't nobody never talked about this, but I'm talking about it right now. What makes you check the box? Franklin Paul, you on here. Coach Woods, you on here. What makes y'all check the box? Don't get quiet on me now. What makes you want to check the box? And put this fact. He don't want your ass no more. He don't want to be at your school. He don't want to be under your leadership no more. You should be saying, okay, all right, let's get the people out here where they can be happy. I mean, I'm just asking. I don't care if the family don't move or not. Stephen Woods. You're trying to go somewhere else so they can be happy. No, man. No, I don't believe in it. Y'all got to explain that, especially if the family, I don't care if the family moves or not. You want to get away from your ass. You should be wanting to get away from him. Y'all got to explain that one to me, Jimmy. I ain't finna let these coaches off the hook with that one.
Yeah, and thanks Stephen Woods. I said 3 of the last 4. It's 6 of the last 7 district championships have been earned by Dickinson High School. In that district, which Clear Lake and Clear Creek and Clear Brook and all those guys once ruled.
Jimmy, hold up. Public education. If they hold up, y'all. Let me show you what the coach putting up here. This the shit we dealing with, y'all. Okay, this is what we dealing with. Let me put both of them up there. Okay, if they don't move, then they supposed to attend the school. But they're not. They don't want to go to school no more. This school no more. You can get your ass up and go and take a job somewhere else, coaches. I don't care about the district. We already know the district. We already know the UIL ain't right.
Well, I understand.
I don't care. I don't care.
Understand this about this is that every school district, when you live in that zone, then you pay taxes that go towards the education of public schools. So if I'm paying my share of taxes and somebody don't live in my zone and there's an influx of those coming in, then they are.
Man, we don't know what these people doing with your taxes.
Well,
but now you want to worry about the taxes right now. Y'all don't know what these people doing. You just pay the taxes. You don't know what your district doing with your taxes.
But the people that we vote for, eventually this goes up under their.
You don't know what they doing with your taxes.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then you got to vote for somebody else.
So the taxes is boy. Let me get off this show today.
Yeah, the taxes are accountable.
Y'all ain't worried about no taxes. You ain't worried about no damn taxes. That coach at that minute ain't worried about no damn taxes.
I'm not talking about what the
When he
coach
don't
worried
say,
about.
that's what I'm talking about.
But still, though, I'm just telling you why you just can't go anywhere. In certain districts, have what they call
I
open
didn't say
enrollment.
you can go anywhere. I'm
But in
talking about the
certain,
mentality of one of these coaches to not sign off on these kids. That's my point. I don't want to hear about no taxes and you zone to dirt. I don't want to hear about that. You ain't thinking about no taxes. Are you? Wait a minute. If you're thinking about taxes, then go ask them to itemize and tell me everything that I'm paying all my tax dollars go to. Y'all ain't thinking about taxes like that. No, you're not. But now you want to mention taxes. No, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. I'm not. Now you want to be concerned about taxes, but half of y'all don't even vote. But now you want to be concerned about taxes? Come on, man. Yeah, that's a dead one. That was a dead one with me.
so tell me this. Based on a lot of the stuff that we've seen over the past recent 4 years, just start as a bookmark from the George Floyd forward, all the way to the last year of January the 6th of 2021. And then on in the aftermath going into these midterm elections and some of the atmosphere and the attitude of certain people, certain sect of people. You really don't know the affiliation of a lot of these teachers who are coaches at certain schools when they get off work. Some of them could be in these same meetings, in these same group chats, or these members of these same organizations who, with the insurrectionists and whatnot, guess what? They could be adamant, active members. And how would you know? And if so, do you think that none of the I flip the whole conversation. Do you think that there's no possibility that no high school coach in your city is a member or a supporter of that believes that all elections are rigged, or that the people that if a person is not in line with their alliance win, then they cheated? That a person that believes that nothing, that there was just merely a riot or disturbance on January the 6th, 2021 at the White House, that they did not, do you believe that there's a chance that there's no high school coach that don't align with those views and opinions of those people?
I mean, yes, but I am saying, me personally, I just don't like nobody to give me. All I said was the coaches have to sign off. And you, coach, come give me one of those political questions, quick political answers, talking about, well, the taxes, he pays taxes in this district. No, ain't nobody thinking about no taxes at that point. That's the only point I'm trying to make. Oh, so when he signed, you know what? He don't live in this district. And he's trying to go in that district and my tax dollars in that district. And that's what I'm thinking about. No, that's the point I'm trying to put it where the goats can get it. I don't care about they political affiliations. I'm just talking about the fact that man sitting there writing the PAF form, I see, PAAF form, and they asked the question, wait a minute, they said, I think somebody said one of the question is, do I believe recruiting was involved in the kid leaving? Do you want the coach to lie if he knows the truth in the case? He don't know. How the hell he know the truth? Whose truth? He'll lie about everything else. He probably done lied to his damn wife. Angel, there you go with your heavenly mind. Whether you want the coach to lie, you think that's the first time his ass done lied? He probably done lied under oath in court. Now you going, well, if he said, all he got to do is say no. He don't know. All he knows, somebody told him. Man, it kills me, man. It just kills me when people could sit here. Well, he got the sign. You want him to lie? Yeah, I want him to lie. His ass lie about everything else. Yeah, he lying about everything else. They around here messing with little girls and stuff at school and little underage kids. They lying about everything else. Angel, why can't he lie about that? Instead of putting this kid and his family in bad situations like that. Man, you don't killing me with this, man. Coming on here so sanctimonious. Hey, Robert, do you expect him to lie? Yes. They lie about every damn thing else.
Man.
Yeah, we can get it. Jimmy, whatever you think.
Well, of course, there's a statement from the father of Marcus Melinda, and it's in the room. You cue it up, Adam. He just posted a statement.
What happened?
Look in the room, in the tab.
Who did?
Look in the guest tab.
Oh, okay. Read that. That's too many words for me. I'm pissed off right now.
Hey, man, just put it up in there. That's the message from the father. So you're talking about his son. He's standing right here. There you go.
I'm talking about them damn coaches ain't signing about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the coaches. This could be any coach for any kid. This could be any coach. See, what y'all be thinking about, I'm talking about one situation. I'm talking about any kid. Coach, what would make a coach, whatever that guy named Janik, whatever his damn name is, what would make him sit up here? Call, the daddy threatened me and the daddy threatened to leave. Man, y'all can protect these coaches all y'all want to. I don't care. Me and the coach, see, he said him and the coach on good stands. So why did the coach say this in the paper? This man said him and the coaches on. Let me put that back up there. See, I just read that part. Hold up. Him and the coach was on good standards, and he still wrote it. Hold on, Jim. The coach were in good standing. He was invited to my home and allowed to use, and we allowed us to use the gym 7 days a week, and he still signed off. I'm glad you put that up there, Jim. I'll put it up there again. So y'all see what I was talking about a minute ago? So what would make him not sign off on it? He'd have been to the folks' house, let the people use the gym every day, 7 days a week, and still wouldn't sign off. Boy, I told y'all mental illness is real out here, man.
And so that's,
my goodness.
This topic here, we can go.
Yeah, let me get out of here. Because I'm tired of them damn political.
Down. Dino's back and Yabba Dabba do this thing on this Tuesday, guys. At the Chop Shop. You haven't shared the show, do so right now.
Y'all should.
On your way out the door. You know how we say this thing on the Chop Shop. We appreciate all you guys that's tuning in. Keep this thing rocking. Hey, man. Hey.
Ain't nothing you can say.
No. I'm like, my mind is, most of the coaches that we're talking about are white coaches. Most of these kids are black kids. If there are white people that we know in this world that has been professed their hatred for our kids, then why the hell do you expect them to show love for them? That's all I'm saying. That's a whole nother topic. I'm like, what are y'all thinking? So I mean, you got to cover your ass when you're thinking about it.
Coaches. I didn't care what color they is.
Okay, but guess what? That's part of the reality of our society. I'm not saying that's the reason that this coach did it. No, I'm not saying that. But
why are you implying it then?
No, I'm letting you know. So that's why I asked you the question earlier. Do you think that no coach out there? I'm saying, so that means the law of averages.
Listen, Jimmy, I think you missed my point. I said any coach who don't sign that paper is rotten to the core. I don't care what kind of rotten he is. Ain't nowhere in the world I would send no parent and no kid through those kind of things. That's the point. I don't care who he don't like and who he affiliated with. I said any coach, go look up it in it. That means all of them. But guess what? I had a black coach on here, Stephen Woods, put on the screen talking about some goddamn taxes. That's the point I was talking about. He come talking about, well, it's the taxes in the districts. Man, get the hell out of here. That's what I'm talking about. If them other coaches do that, okay. Listen to me. I'm just saying, if you're out here doing that, coaches, you're wrong. And now I'm out. I'm out. I just slid down Dino's back, and I'm finna yabba jabba do this thing. I got to go. Bye.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in